Who's that good-looking bald guy there, Bryce?
The guy back here in the booth with me today.
Reese and Bryce here, bringing you the final table of the tag team tournament. This one was a lot of work.
Yeah, lots of work, but also a lot of fun. People are enjoying what we have going on so far.
Yeah, it was an absolute blast. There are 8 teams remaining. We brought them down to 8 teams. We had, I believe we started out with 15 teams. 30 players came out for the tag team. We had the prize pool, $6,000 prize pool. I think it was $2,800 up top. We'll definitely get into that a little bit later. But did you just not want to play in this thing, or were you just?
Well, I mean, I was scheduled to work today. I had the conversation with Hamilton. He's like, "Hey, we already got a couple dealers playing. I need you in the commentary booth for the final table." So I wanted to play, but ended up being here with you.
Well, I'm surprised Dre didn't call you. He was trying to get off work to play it for sure, for sure. But definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in here on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're going to be bringing you down to a winner. There are 8 teams left. I don't know if we'll be able to get some of the team names up quite yet, but we let them pick their own team names, and we'll a little bit about how this format works. First of all, we took the 15 teams and we split them into 2 fields: A teams and B teams, and then every blind level, the A team switched, and then the next blind level, the B team switched. That way it intermixed all of the players together. It wasn't just these players versus these players back and forth the whole time. Half the field swapped every 20 minutes. And we're going to do much of the same here for the final table. Of these 8 players you're going to see, 4 of them will get up when the next blind level goes up, and then the other 4 will swap with their partners when the blind levels go up as well. They have 30-second timeout tickets. They can confirm with their partner, catch them up to speed on exactly what they have got going on. Should I call? Should I go all in? It's basically like just a 30-second timeout to talk to the partner. What else? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, blinds are at 3 and 6 right now, I believe, and with this format, all the teams have now combined stacks to get to this final table.
Mm-hmm.
So we see a lot of big stacks here on the table with these small blind levels. So playing some deep stack tournament poker here at the final table.
Yeah, I believe when we before we got to the 8 teams, there was 9 teams vying for the final 8, and I believe 4 out of the 9 were just single stacks. They had already lost to their partner. So like I said, of the 9, so 5 out of the final 9, I think it was 5 out of the final 8 as well, did have a living partner to combine the stacks with. So some of these stacks got real big real quick. So we're going to have plenty of time for poker, but these guys are playing for a lot of money. And I think it's, like I said, $2,800 up top. So it's going to be some good poker. I'm excited to see it.
Mm-hmm. Lots of exciting teams here today as well. I know the last tag team tournament that we had that you and Hamilton took down, we had a lot of fun team names, and you had those little cartoon edits of everybody. So I'm excited to see what kind of team names these people come up with today.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, while they're getting this set up, we got Destiny in the box at Counting Up the Chips. We're going to talk a little bit about the Rivers League Championship Tournament coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you have played in any one of our Sunday league tournaments, you have chips into this final, and $8,500 prize pool, Bryce, for only $30.
Yeah, I've been here most of the Sundays that we've had these 2 o'clock tournaments every week. And it's been cool to see more and more people come in as we've gotten closer to this day 2 part of it. So a lot of people with different various amounts of chip stacks coming into this day 2. Excited to see what it looks like tomorrow.
Yeah, and you can look at that structure online on Poker Atlas, but it is a normal tournament structure. You have to be here. If you're going to play, you have to be here within the first hour. There's only 1 hour to be able to register into this tournament for $30. And again, you can only register if you have chips. But if you've participated in any one of the Sunday league tournaments that we've been going on for like 3 months now, you have chips into this tournament. And like I said, with an $8,500 prize pool, 12% of anybody who shows up and plays is going to get that big jackpot prize. And for a $30 entry, there's no reason not to try it. Even if you had like 500 chips, if you barely played one time, the blinds are still going to start out 100, 200. Get in there, double up, and make a run at the lion's share of it. I think it's like 86 and change.
Yeah. The number one question that I've been getting asked is, if you haven't played in the Sundays, can you come in and buy in the tournament tomorrow? The answer is no.
No.
We've been having this going for 3 months, so you've had your chance to come in and play on these Sundays. So, no, you can't come by in tomorrow. But if you have played on Sundays, you have a chip at least.
Yeah. If you participated
So
in one of the league events, you are eligible to play for only $30. Season 2 is going to be coming up soon, so you can catch at the beginning of that one and get in on it next time because, like I said, we had a good prize pool. We had a good turnout. I think it's going to be a pretty good tomorrow. Like I said, there's no rebuys, no add-ons, just whatever you've earned through those league times. Play for $30. I think it's going to be a fantastic tournament. And then coming up right after that, I'm excited about this one, Bryce.
mm-hmm.
$10,000 guaranteed tournament for only $120. Have you asked off work for this one?
I haven't, but I need to. I need to start requesting these days off. People, I said this on the stream a couple weeks ago that tournaments in the month of December are really exciting here at the River League this month. We have this one obviously today, we have the one tomorrow, and then this one. People love big money tournaments, so that big 10,000 guarantee is definitely going to be bringing people in the door. Lots of flights and lots of chances to get that bag to make to day 2 on the 14th.
Yep. So this coming Thursday at 6 p.m. is going to be Flight A, $120 to play with a $10 added bonus chips to that. Come get that bag early. You can take 2 bags forward into the day 2 Sunday on December 14th. That coming weekend on those flights. So you want to get in early, get in often, and get that bag secured. 2 of them you can add together to Sunday, and if you can get that triple bag bonus, if you can bag in the top 12%, 3 out of the 4 flights, $400. That's basically a free roll, Bryce.
Mm-hmm. I know we'll have a bunch of people coming to try to get that triple bag playing all 4 of the flights that we have.
Yeah, it's a great prize pool for only $120 entry. Like I said, the first flight, Flight A, this coming Thursday, December 11th at 6 p.m. for $120 and get your first bullet into that $10,000 guaranteed tournament. And then the next week after that, let's roll on through December. Birthday.
What are we turning, 23 this year?
I think I'm 27.
27 this year? We'll go with that.
Reese's birthday free roll. This is going to be a fun one, though, honestly. It's our same Monday structure that we do every Monday here at the River League. $0 entry, $10 gets you some bonus chips to start with, $30 rebuys, and that $50 or $100 add-on. It's going to be at 4 p.m. That Saturday, December 20th. I had to look and see what the date was. It's my birthday. And but the cool thing about this one is we're going to be doing the knockout bonuses similar to how we did the Trick or Treat tournament in October. That was an absolute fantastic hit.
Yeah, everybody loved the Halloween one and the one that we did for Jason's birthday a couple months ago as well. So very similar to those ones that we had in the past. I'm expecting a lot of people here on your birthday.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to the tournament. I hope I get to play. I've got when you have that many people, that stuff. But,
yeah, I mean, we had you running around with your head cut off during the Halloween one. So hopefully you can sit down and just enjoy the chaos.
Well, now that everybody knows how it works and it's fresh off their memory for the Halloween tournament, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we're bringing out the other wheel that we have to spin for the knockouts instead of having to draw the envelope, so that'll go a little bit quicker. And then, like I said, other than that, it's just going to be the normal Monday structure free roll. It's going to be a lot of fun. But speaking of the wheels, looks like they're almost getting ready to get started. Let's talk about the progressive prize wheels. I don't know how many thousands of dollars have to be given away before people realize that there's literally no reason not to come play cash at the River League. 7 days a week.
Yeah, 7 days a week is right. We got the cash games running, and with the new prize wheel, there's lots of exciting stuff to see on there. If we have one table, it is quads or better. So even if we have just one table going, you can have a chance to spin the wheel. Quads or better, 2 tables rolling, it's a full house or better, and 3 tables, just a flush or better. So lots of different days. We get people in the door, then it's easier to spin the wheel. Lots of amazing prizes on there. It's crazy to me how often. So we have one spot with the biggest prize on it, and the spot right next to it is the snack, and it seems to me like the money gets hit about 8 more times than the snack does.
For those that don't know, we have 20 spots on this wheel. There's 20 spots, then each spot is divided with another little pin, so there's technically 40 slots, but most of the wedges take up 2 of those slots, so there's basically 1 in 20. Now the larger prize pools, the cash prizes, we split those wedges, and one of them's a snack, and the other one's been over $1,000. So there's a 1 in 40 shot to hit that over $1,000, and I don't know how many times we have hit the 1 in 40 chance.
So many times, and Kelly hit it back to back the other week
back to back. I mean, it's 1 in 1,600 chance if my math is right, and it's paid out so much money. It's absolutely amazing. Can't complain about the prize wheel. Like I said, if you get 2 tables, which is pretty often here at the River League, any full house you're going to be spinning that wheel. And I'd love to know what the average payout is
Oh
on
my!
that. Because if you
And
don't hit the money, you still get
you're still
cash
getting
game
something.
hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
you still get memberships, cash game hours. There's still plenty of things to win on the wheel. And then on Tuesdays, we'll get 3 tables a lot of the times. Fridays, Saturdays, it's flushes are better, and that's just
And I think my favorite
easy
part of the
peasy.
wheel so far is just how excited people get when somebody goes up to spin the wheel. We have 3 tables going. One person goes to spin the wheel, and the other 3 tables are sitting
Turning and watching. Well,
watching the person
they've
spin the
seen it
wheel instead of
pay
playing
out
poker.
1,000 so many times. Why not? Why not? But we can see here that Miss Destiny just drew for the button. Like I said, the blinds we said were 3,000, 6,000. So we're going to be getting started here shortly. We'll get some team names and some personnel on there. You see those little blue tickets each next to each stack? Those are basically timeout tickets, Bryce. They get to go and speak to their partner outside the stream room, say, hey, this is what I've got. This is what I've got to call. What do you think? So we're giving them 2 opportunities throughout this final table to confirm with their teammate what the play should be. And like I said, they're playing for 28. I think it's $2,800 up top. That's going to
Yeah,
be
$6,000 prize pool. Lots of money up for grabs today. I think those time banks, the little timeouts, are going to be put to use in a lot of different situations based off the team dynamic. Like if one player is nittier than the other one and one player is more aggressive, then they want to go talk about what certain play they want to make in that spot. I think it's going to be interesting to see how those are going to be used and be able to kind of hear some of the ideas from some of the players as well, maybe later in the stream, of how they use those different time banks as well.
Well, let's have a look here, see who has moved it on. First act there, VIP, that's Farron. That's my dad. Him and his partners made it. Buzz Baits. They're both
Buzz Baits.
fishermen, so fantastic team name there. You see the Simpsons fold in. How about right off the bat, Handsome and Hammy? That's Banks and Mark, my partner that I won the tag team tournament with. Raising it up to 15,000 with pocket kings. First hand right on stream. Let's see if anybody wants to combat here. Nothing coming around. All the way folded over to the bad betters. That's CJ and Glenn. They're going to get out of the way. So no action there for Banks. But take down those blinds, which we all know tournament poker is very, very good to do. Just take down an extra orbit there.
That's for sure. And you know what? If I think they might be one of the favorites to win this thing, but Handsome and Hammy, that's Banks and Mark Hamilton. I think if Hammy wins back-to-back tag team tournaments, we're not going to be able to hear the end of it.
Hey, me and him should have run it back, but
Yeah.
I had to actually do work. So you see that the bad batters, CJ and Glenn, your current leaders, 422,000 in chips. We'll be able to go through this more and let everybody see where the chip stacks are. You can see them across the top of the stream there. And how about the Joker's Wild? Dorian there getting right off the rip, pocket queens. And looks like he just made a smooth call, Bryce.
Yeah, lots of aggressive tournament players here. It's a little bit different than the cash. And this is the first time that I've been able to commentate on a tournament stream. So definitely a little bit different play styles that we're going to see here. Mark with the pocket fours. I think anybody who sees a pair is usually going to raise it up. Dorian a little bit slow to make a play with those pocket queens.
Yeah, and with Lecoq, they're raising it's the Mark and Mr. Lecoq, father-son duo there. He's going to be doing the raising with the pocket fours. Bad betters, CJ going to make that call with the king queen suited, and Farron with the buzz baits, ace nine suited wants to come along. And so now if you're Dorian, he's going to spring the trap, and there he goes.
He's going to raise it up, I believe.
Yeah, that limp raise there looks like he make it 22,000 to go,
Yeah.
26,000 to go. So he got the limp raise off just as he had planned. Pocket fours here, tough decision for Lecoq.
Yeah. Dorian, the one able to close action there, I figured he was going to be raising again once the action got back to him.
Yeah, with that many callers, you got to thin out the field with the pocket queens. And if you could take it down pre, you just got some extra cash just by playing a little slow. And CJ right off the rip, he says, nope, not going to mess with it. He throws in the ticket. He wants to go talk to his partner, Glenn, there right off the bat. So you see one of those 2 tickets being used. They have 2 of them that have to last the duration of their attendance at the final table. They don't get any more, so he's using 1 of 2. And, I
wonder how this conversation is going to go.
Honestly, at the end of the day, Glenn, we saw him here on the cash game. on Thursday. Had a great run, and then we saw him play 100% of the hands in the PLO stream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a far stretch to say that Glenn would play any 2 cards. But the question is, does he want CJ to play post flop? I mean, he.
And that's another one of the cool dynamics of this tournament is the fact that you do have a partner. Poker's a solo game that you're playing by yourself, but in this format where you're able to go talk to somebody else, bounce ideas off of them, he's going to make the call.
Yeah, puts in the 1 chip, and now Buzzbaits Farron here has an interesting spot. He's getting a decent price. Try to flop an ace, but you can't think the ace is terribly good with Dorian's limp raise, and then the bad betters that come along as well. But he is going to see a flop, see if he can catch some clubs here.
Yes, we're going to go 3 ways to this flop. Looking for overs to those queens for those other 2 players.
And Destiny put out a flop of 6, 7, 10 rainbow there. No flush draw yet for Buzzbaits. Check from bad betters and see how Dorian wants to proceed. Oh, he didn't have much behind. I was not paying attention to his stack. He only had 16K remaining.
Yeah, so he made a small 3-bet pre-flop instead of putting all the money in the middle.
Well,
I don't know if he would have gotten a call from both the other people if he was all in, though.
Bad betters snaps here. And Buzzbaits obviously getting the odds to call here. Only 16,000 with 124 already out there. He really can't fold. Could go runner or gut shot 8 straight.
Mm-hmm.
And tournament poker, whenever you have 2 players still with action with someone all in.
There's the 8.
Yeah, big turn card for Buzzbaits. You'll see him typically check it down more often, but since Buzzbaits hit, he's going to be kind of playing his hand face up here by betting out. And so CJ is going to know the bad news there, and he's going to see that Joker's wild here. Going to turn this one over and see that he is drawing to a chop.
You know, that's one of my favorite tournament rules, that you have to turn the cards up when everybody's all in. I love it. Oh, and he didn't even need the 8 because he hits the 8
would have
anyway.
spiked it on the river. So big second hand here for the Buzzbaits.
And just like that, we got a team down as well.
Yep,
Joker's wild. We didn't get to see any of JT on the stream, but that good run nonetheless for JT and Dorian. Joker's wild going out in 8th place.
Yeah, Buzzbaits takes over the chip lead, 467,000. Percentage-wise, that's they've got quite a bit of the chips in play there. I'll need to see that stat here in a moment. But let's take a look at some of these teams. Hanson and Hammond, we talked, that's Banks and Mark Hamilton. Electric Grass, that's going to be Wes and Martine, yep. Of course, Lecoq there, father-son duo, 1.5 men. Who's the 1.5 men?
That's Henry and John Manchester.
Henry and John, okay. I'm trying to think of who was in there. Mm-hmm. But some creativity with the names. I love it. And
we got the Simpsons as well.
Yep, that's Eric and Steve, father-son combo again as well. Here we see Banks with the Hampson and Hammy raising it up to 15,000 with the Ace-King offsuit, folded back over to the bad betters on the button. CJ going to let that one go after giving those away. And Simpson wants to see if he wants to gamble.
Wants to call
I love
the
it.
Pocket twos.
So we've had 2 tickets played out of 3 hands. You see the table there laughing. We've got table audio back home.
I didn't use my ticket a while ago because Brad would have told me, do not play that. Ain't that close. Well, not like the second call. Yeah.
So the elder Simpson wants to confirm with Steve if he wants to coin flip for his tournament life, I think is pretty much what it boils down to, Bryce.
I think it's going to be, do I want to go all in with my pair, or do I just want to fold and live to fight another day?
Yeah, it's here he's coming back in, wants to see. I'm curious to see if what the son said here.
He's calling.
No, he's just going to make a call. So I don't hate that play. Just a little bit more there. Try to spike a deuce, and if not, just fold. You're kind of in the same boat either way. And there it is. How about that? Wow. So they make the good call after the conference. Now let's see how he approaches this.
I should have let him play.
He's all in.
You're saying this is your first time.
I think that adds a whole other part to it. The fact that he did go outside and wanted to talk about it kind of changes Banks' mindset on what kind of hands he can have.
Well, I think he can land on him having a pair. He doesn't necessarily have to have a set here.
Yeah.
But him going and talking to his partner, he's got at least
something
ace
to
king
think
or
about
pair.
calling with. Yeah.
And so, and Banks doesn't need to call that off for a chop. His ace king's going to be the worst thing he's going to have there. And Mr. Simpson's not the kind of guy to jam on that flop with ace king anyway, knowing him. He does play a lot of cash here at the river. Pretty serious poker player when it comes to putting his money in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But like you see, they are the short stack, like we just talked about. The Simpsons, 13 bigs left in this final table, and one ticket down.
Yeah, one ticket down for them.
How about another hand, Bryce?
Another ace king suited variety this time. Let's see. I heard conversations earlier between Wes and Martin. He's going to
And
use
he's
the
gonna
ticket
get
now.
up.
Nobody at the table wants to make their own decisions with these beautiful hands.
I absolutely love it. What's partner poker? I guess the tournament tag team partner poker. You don't want to
Yep.
don't want to go too off the rails with that much money up for grabs.
Oh,
But,
it looks like the clock went down. We're up
Oh,
to the
yeah.
next level, so they're going to switch out, not using the token.
So it
but
wasn't a
instead-
token. He had to switch his hand. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So the second half of the electric gas gets down here and look and see this ace king, and yep, there's him. They're thinking, oh,
and
he
he's gonna
is
use
going to
the
go
ticket.
talk.
So I heard conversation between this team specifically earlier, Martin and Wes, where Martin said he wants to drive a lot of the action and let Wes just sit there and fold a bunch of the time. So
There you
he
go.
said, Wes, you can play two hands today. That's aces and kings to this ace king suited.
But he's going to ask him about it. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Sean in the Facebook chat, appreciate you for tuning in. That's one of the Farron's buddies, Buzz Bates. He says, Sean and Tina say, let's go Buzz Bates and happy early birthday. I appreciate you. And Farron's birthday is the 15th. So I'll tell him, you said happy early birthday to him as well. Me and Dad 5 days apart.
Yeah, so you're turning 27. He's turning what, 44?
I think he's 47. Not real
47.
sure, yeah. So after the conference here between Martin and Wes, looks like he's going to be raising this one up. Not a big raise. Because the blinds are 3 and 6. That looks to be about 13, 18.
18.
Yeah. So a 3x raise there with the ace king. And then Buzz Bates.
Brad with the
as,
pocket
as
jacks.
you see, Brad sitting down in the place of Farron for the Buzz Bates. He see if he raised it up. He did 3-bet to
Another
32.
ace-king suited.
Wow! Oh, no, the Simpsons.
Here
gonna
comes
talk
the last
to his
ticket.
dad.
If the Simpsons make a run, they're not going to be able to confer with each other the rest of the way. The last ticket being used.
Issue 2 is like because it's 32, like because we have them right now. They seem so like foreign, so you just want to use them right away. Like
Yeah, so they're talking about using the tickets super early, but we've had crazy hands early.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how many ace king we've seen? Pocket queens, ace king, deuces,
Pocket
jacks.
kings.
I mean, this table got off on a hot start here, and Simpson here, he is going to go ahead and jam it in with that ace king, and that's not an easy call there for electric grass.
You know what would be incredible is to see Martin use both of his tickets in the same hand. Hey, I raised it up.
Well, I
Now
mean,
somebody jammed what you want me to do.
yeah, if you talk about the strategy here, I mean, he went and talked to his partner, so you have to put him on a pocket pair more than anything, right? Because, hey, we got pocket tens, we got pocket jacks. Do you want to ship it in here? You can't really put him on ace king, and if you do, that's going to be at worst.
Yep, and I
So-
wonder what we see from Brad if Martin does decide to make the call here.
Well, Buzz Bates have the chip lead. It's only 75K. It's going to be less than a sixth of their stack, seventh of their stack. So Buzz Bates are definitely going to call, and Electric Grass has to think about that as well.
Yeah, and I'm thinking through the mind of Martin right now, he might just say, I'm going to go all in as well. Maybe,
know.
maybe not. Does he want to?
He's
just gonna lay it down.
Yeah, just choose another spot there. It's a strong all in. Of course, you see Buzz Bates, they have the chips and the hand to do it. And so I guess with him acting behind Martin as well makes it a little bit more difficult.
We got a classic flip here, ace king versus jacks. Obviously, ace and a king dead from Martin's hand that he just folded.
Yeah. So Simpson's drawing thin, 4-5 tray.
Oh, and if Martin would have seen that flop, he would have gone nowhere picking
Yeah,
up
with
that
the
flush draw.
and
Hit
there's the
deuce.
wheel too. So
Lots of chop opportunity still here on the river. He's not going to get
so
it.
the Simpsons are going to get lucky here and run down the pocket jacks of the Buzz Bates. And so that's going to be a good double up for them, and a good choice being out of tickets. They got all their confirmations and still sitting there playing, so good on them.
Yep.
Nathan, good to see you in the YouTube chat, tuning in from the West Coast. Miss you around here, buddy. Have to come visit us when you come back into town. You were working here when Nathan was here, right?
It was like his last month to 2 months when I first started here.
Yeah, great dealer, good guy. Glad to see he is doing well in California. Yep, in Cali. So we've had some movement on this board. Buzz Bates still barely having the chip lead over the bad betters with that beat there they took from the Simpsons. That's going to move the Simpsons up the board. They had 13 bigs. Now they're up to third in chips with 174,000.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of action already to start the table. Only have seen, 4 hands? And we've seen a lot of action across the board. Lots of premium holdings for all of these players. I hope it continues. See a fun final table here.
Alan in the Facebook chat asking if there's optimal partner combos for tournaments like this. Loose, tight, tight, loose, loose, loose. You know, it really varies because these tag team tournaments nowadays, you play your own stack. So you're still swapping seats with your player, moving around the tournament, but you each are playing your own stack. It's the old way was one was hanging out waiting for the other one, and they would just swap in and not play the same stack. But since you're playing two separate stacks, I think it both works out either way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw you and Hamilton win the last one. That was a tight combination.
True.
So,
And it won. And
it did
won.
win, so maybe that is the key to success, having tight.
Big laydown there from Simpson with the ace jack, getting those new chips, not wanting to put him at risk because Buzz Bates picked up the ace king, raised it up. And Nathan, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff during the holidays. And one thing that I want to tease a little bit is that announced New Year's tournament. Were you here for that announcement, Bryce?
I was not here for that.
You didn't
This is
hear
news to
this?
me.
This is brand new. I don't even have it off the press yet. It's still being made on the press, but we are doing a New Year's Eve surprise tournament right after Christmas, the first Saturday after Christmas. We're going to have a multi-flighted $5,000 guaranteed tournament with only a $15 entry fee.
Wow.
$15.
Is that $15 entry, $15 rebuy?
$15 rebuy, $15 entry fee, however many $15 you want to fire at a $5,000 prize pool.
Let's get the bonus chips out because I think we're going to be seeing a lot of rebuys in those tournaments.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk more about that as we see the Simpsons. They are going to put some of those chips together. And the cutoff going to raise it up with the ace-10 offsuit. Electric Grass in the small blind going to defend with the ace-queen offsuit, having the Simpsons pipped. LeCote going to let his big blind go. And so the Simpsons, oh, no, I'm sorry. Electric Grass raised it up to 19. I didn't even see that. I thought that he just made the call. Simpsons make the call as well, though. So we're going to have heads up going to the flop, $19K apiece into this almost $50,000 pot. 8 Jack 4. Not much going for either player.
Yeah, let's see if Martine's going to put in a C bet here. Nope, we're just going to see check and an ace on the turn.
Yeah, that's going to be a bad card for the Simpsons. And it goes
So
check, check. That's
again.
sneaky. That could be even worse for the Simpsons. You're going to see Martine bet here. And the Simpsons, I don't think he'll raise, but I think he'll call anything here. And he did make the call, and he's going to see the bad news that they were both kind of laying in the weeds with those aces.
Yeah, I think Mr. Simpson there honestly lost the minimum that he could have in that hand.
Absolutely the minimum for sure. But yeah, so a $5,000 guaranteed tournament. Day 2 is going to be on New Year's Day. So the tournament's going to flight. The flights are going to start the Saturday before. So it's the Saturday after Christmas, the 27th. And the flights are going to be on the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So we're going to have 5 days of flights. I believe 7 flights total. We're going to have 2 flights on Saturday and Sunday, and then 1 flight, then maybe a turbo on maybe Thursday before the day 2. Like I said, it's all being kind of cooked out. But the point of it is $5,000 for $15. What do you think of that?
That's insane. I'm just thinking of it from a dealer standpoint right now of how much it's going to be. A lot of poker being played, a lot of people playing crazy for just $15, but it's hard to beat $15 for $5,000
Hey,
guaranteed.
absolutely.
I mean, I think we're going to honestly smash that $5,000 guarantee with how many people are going to be playing.
And Ryan, yeah, with the $15 flight, there is no add-ons. It's
No add-ons.
literally just $15, and you can multi-bag every single bag. We're going to let every bag go forward so you can play every single flight, add all the bags you get, that top 12%, making it to day 2 as many times as you can. Every bag is going to be coming to New Year's Day at day 2 for that at least $5,000 prize pool. Pretty decent flop here for Electric Grass, open-ended, 1.5.
Both the other people flopping a pair.
Yeah, 1.5 men, pair of 7s. LeCote going to let his bottom pair go. 2.5 men going to come along. Going to see a lot of good turn cards for him. That's going to be one of them. 4 on the turn is going to give 1.5 men open-ended as well.
But making the straight there for Electric Grass, the nuts as of right now.
So a good card for 1.5 men, but not a good card. Just unbeknownst. And a big bet here from Martin. Thought he might string that around a little bit, but maybe he's afraid of the heart draw, possibly.
Afraid of the heart draw, but I think he's also playing the player a little bit here. I think Henry's going to use one of those time banks to go talk it over with John. He's got a pair and an open-ender. It's kind of hard to lay down.
Yeah, he bet 26K. I think there was I think it's already been added to the pot, so about 50K. About a half pot into this here. So open-ended with a pair against Martin. There's a lot of levels here. You hear Destiny there calling out to him on his 30-second shot clock.
So what are the rules here, Reese? If they don't make a decision in those 30 seconds, then what's the ruling?
No, we just have Destiny go out and drag them by their hair to the table. We're not going to get too crazy and fold their hand.
Yeah.
And, it's more for fun. Martin shows the
Gonna show the
straight.
nuts.
Interesting.
He told Wes 2 rules. This is what I heard. He said you can play those 2 hands, aces and kings. Rule number 2, don't show your cards.
So
Breaking his own rules.
basically Martin's saying, I'm going to be the one playing the tournament, and you're just going to be the filler for the
Yep.
20 minutes.
That's what he's been saying.
But yeah, Jason in the Facebook chat saying, great stream. See you guys next Saturday. That is right. Jason Wilson, part of the ECP Abilene League.
That's the Abilene group.
Yep. They are coming to have their championship here live on stream for everyone to watch. And Abilene, San Angelo, anybody else wants to tune in and watch them play their local league there in Abilene. I've played in it for years, but it's a great group of people. A lot of them come here to the river. And they're going to be having their championship final 9 here live on stream. It's going to be at noon next Saturday. And so tune in and watch these guys play. They had a pretty big prize pool going as well as a couple $1,000s for first place.
Yeah, we had a bunch of the Abilene people usually come in and play our old Sunday freeze out that we had before we started the Rivers League. So I was wondering where they've been. They've been doing their own little tournament.
That time
Their
of
own
year for
little
them.
tournament going on, but that'll be exciting to watch here on our streams as well.
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of them. They'll be here playing their championship and firing some bullets into that $10,000 guaranteed tournament that weekend. Jack Deuce for Rainbow on this heads-up flop between Handsome, Hemi, and the Bad Batters. Bad Batters ahead still with the ace high. My Banks here going to keep up the aggression here. Betting
Yeah.
at 12K. Not much going here for CJ.
CJ, another one of those people that I heard a conversation between Glenn and CJ. He might just be one of those filler players where Glenn's out there telling him, don't play any hands unless you have to.
I did. When they asked him what their team name was, Glenn said their team name was going to be Fold CJ. Or CJ Fold, one or the other.
Yeah, so knowing that as Banks there in that spot, just trying to keep the aggression on the entire time, going to pick up the blinds plus a little bit there from CJ.
Yeah. Bobby in the chat saying, let's go with CJ. That's right. We're making fun a little bit, but CJ is a great poker player in his own accord.
Mm-hmm.
You see them second in chips, 365,000 Buzzbaits, still your chip leaders. CJ, old dealer here at the River League, a great guy. Used to live here in San Angelo. I'm not real sure where he lives nowadays.
He's bouncing all over the place from what I understand.
Sounds like CJ, but a fantastic dealer, one of the best dealers that I've ever had the honor of working for me, and better than most I've seen outside of that. We got Banks here with the Handsome and Hemi Ace 7 suited. Going to raise this one up to 16,000. Electric Grass. Martin looking down at Queen Jack suited. Going to make that call. Let's see, we've got 7 teams left.
And Mark, we haven't heard much from with that king queen off. Just going to lay it down.
Yeah, late position, king queen offsuit, dominated a lot of the time.
Henry
Just stay out of the way.
Instantly lay down ace 10 suited.
I was
as
waiting
well.
for that to pop back up, actually. I thought the tracker went too quickly there. But he did lay that one down. Buzzbait's getting a discount here in the big blind, but he's going to let that one go. 3 deuce offsuit, and we're going to be heads up to a flop. Martin and Banks, Handsome and Hammy, and the Electric Grass going to a flop. 9, 10, 5. Open-ended here for Martin. And Banks here not going to continue, just lets it go. So there's gut shots opportunities now for Banks.
Yeah, 8 would be a bad card, though, for And he's just going to make top pair. It's going to be good enough.
Yeah, and you're going to see check some showdown here. And, yeah, I think if you're Martine, don't you make your opponent turn the hand over first?
I think you do.
Just to see. I mean,
just to see what he's
you know,
raised with.
this
I
is-
mean, you can walk outside and look at the stream 15 minutes from now.
yeah, I guess
but
that's true. But I guess see some information there what Banks was playing. And we got some
lots
more,
of CJ fans here in the
more
chat.
CJ fans in the chat.
Alan talking about that New Year's tournament that you were talking about. 5 straight days of action at the end of the year is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I didn't know about that until just now, so you guys got my live reaction of that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, like I said, I would say hot off the press, but it's not even off the press yet. I haven't even.
We need a River League breaking news animation to pop up.
Well, I think anybody who knows me knows that this tournament was not my idea, but it's a good one nonetheless. As hand number 10 has folded around over to the buzzbaits, and the small blind going to complete, and Simpsons check their options. King 5 versus 9 Trey on a ace 10-5 flop here. Brad going to lead out with that bottom pair to see where the Simpsons stand, and he's going to let that go.
Yep, Brad's one of those players. It's hard to make a pair, he says, a lot of the time. Flopping bottom pair, he's just going to get a feel of where he's at, take that one down.
Lots of CJ fans in the YouTube chat. Does not surprise me. So one quick more look at that chip stack. We're paying top 4 here. See the buzzbaits still have the chip lead. Bottom stack, 1.5 million. Need to make a move. 8 big blinds left. Take a look at those payouts real quick as well, as we see that first place being $2,800 up top for first, and $600 going to be the min cash there for fourth. And on a $240 tournament, it was $120 per team with $120 rebuys. You know, get double your money as a team back, getting fourth out of this event.
Mm-hmm.
And then first place, big payday. Payday, $2,800.
And of course, we want to shout out all the other people who didn't make it this far to the stream, but a lot of fun teams. We had the Voos who played together. We had Sheena and Nicole played together. Who else am I missing?
Sartain and Renee, they teamed up.
Jim Garnes and Kent.
Yep, Garnes and Kent Lacey.
Lacey.
I thought that would be a killer team. They must have not caught cards.
Yeah, they ran into it, and it was both at the same time as well. Both of
Was
them
it?
busted like back-to-back hands.
Yeah, those are
So-
two tournament crushers, and not just here at River, both traveling gentlemen casinos. Lacey and Garnes. It was a team that I wouldn't have
Expected to go out as
not
early as
not
they did.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, but sometimes the cards just don't do it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, back to the format that we were talking about earlier. So if once registration was closed, if one of your team loses their stack, then you're still alive because your teammate has their stack and still switching back and forth. Lecoq with King Queen off, just going to put all his money in the middle,
Yep, he's got
try
a
to
little
buy
over-
the blinds, it looks like.
Yeah, a little over 10 bigs. Good move. Early position. I like it. Just hope no one else wakes up with anything. It looks like that's going to be the case so far. As it's folded on over to Electric Grass, going to let his go. And so you're going to see some very valuable blinds picked up there by Lecoq. He had a rough one on Thursday, Bryce.
Oh, if we want to talk about rough ones, we can talk about me on Thursday.
I wasn't going to lead into that just yet. For those that hadn't seen it, go back on the
Oh
YouTube.
my gosh, or don't go back and look at it.
We had our Thursday night cash game. Every Thursday here we have a cash game live on stream. This was a 1-3 deep stack. Played more like a 5-10. And poor Bryce here
Biggest loser of the night.
ran into it. But
I was told by a lot of people, hey, maybe you should just stick in the broadcasting booth instead of trying to go play on the streams. But I was able to make a big comeback off stream that you guys didn't get to see.
that's what I was going to give him credit for. I was going to let y'all know he did end up catching.
Well, I left a $200 loser, and you would never see a happier $200 loser in your life.
Sometimes breaking even feels like winning thousands. Definitely true. Alan wants to know who's the favorite? Who's the favorite to take
favorite
this
here.
one down? What about everybody in the chat? I mean, we clearly have a lot of CJ fans, but who's rooting on who in the chat here? Like I said, we have 7 teams left, 4 into the money. Who's going to take down the lion's share? Let us know who you think is the toughest team left in the field.
Mhm.
Of course, CJ and Glenn, obviously,
They got a lot of chips
they got a
too.
lot of chips, good players, but
Buzzbaits, they got a lot of chips.
Buzzbaits too, very, very.
But then you also have Martine and Banks, who are two of our more skilled tournament players here at the River League as well. A lot of history between those two. You can't count out Banks and Hammy. Unfortunately, it's a team I don't want to be cheering for. But you can't count them out.
Absolutely not.
They're two very suitable players to be able to make a run in this as well.
We're going to flop around a little bit here with 5 players going to a Jack, Deuce, 4 flop, Simpsons, and Lecoq flopping a pair of 4s.
And
That
Martine with
electric
top
grass
pair of
top pair,
jacks.
5 kicker. First to act here. I think they're talking about the swapping as they're
Oh, we're in the
swapping
middle of
players. Yeah,
the-
they have to wait for the, like I said, the blind levels go up. Every time the blind levels go up, the 1/2 of the remaining teams switch over. So you see Mark Hamilton sit down to take over the hand there from Banks.
And we get to see
Is-
some new players coming to the table. We see Glenn coming in. We see
Lecoq
Mr.
Senior.
Lecoq coming in.
Let's have
Hammy coming in.
So the bet there by Martin gets that one done. So we're going to see some other faces here as they've half the field switching off. You see, we still have Martin and Brad. As the entire field doesn't switch every 20 minutes. Otherwise, you'd have the same guys playing with the same guys. And so you just got to have half the field switch every 20 minutes.
Yeah, how were they? How did you guys figure out the A teams and the B teams today? Was it just a random draw?
It was a random draw and then a random redraw here at this final table. There you see Glenn sitting down for his team.
I've had a lot of conversations with Glenn about tournament poker. Obviously, the guy hates to fold. We saw him with that 100% VPIP
Yeah.
in the PLO stream. So tournament poker, you got to be a little bit more
Yeah.
choosy with the hands that you're going to be playing.
Yeah, unless it's a $15 buy-in tournament with
Yup.
$15 rebuys, 5,000 guarantee. I can't wait to see how that pans
I want to
out.
keep track of how many people we see go all in blind in that $15
I thought the whole
tournament.
table should just agree to it 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I've seen plenty of those low buy-in turbo tournaments where they're just like
We need to get- we
illegally
need to-
agree to go
Yeah.
all in.
We need to give Craig a call and tell him to come play that tournament. I'm sure he'll be driving up the action of the tables for sure.
Yeah, that one will be a lot of fun. Lecoq here on the button, looking down at 10-8 suited, folded around to him, just the blinds left, but decides to let that one go. And, we haven't said anything, but Henry on the 1.5 men team, he's in a tough spot. You got Glenn and CJ right on your left, the chip leaders. It's
Both of the big stacks directly to his left.
so he's definitely in a handcuffed position to where they got to be pretty careful in what they do.
Yep, just down to a couple big blinds now. They're in one of those spots where they just gotta find a place to put it all in and hope they can win a flip or double up.
And we see the dealer change there. Whitney coming in at 4 at Destiny. They swapped the hat too. Bryce, I don't think I would do that for other people, but they're friends. If they want to wear the same
Yeah.
Santa hat, they can.
Yeah, I walked in today. This place is a little bit more Christmased out now with the holiday season coming up. We got a beautiful Christmas tree here in the River League now.
I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with the Christmas tree. I think it was actually Whitney who put together the Christmas tree,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
into the
No,
holiday
it looks-
spirit.
It looks
It
fantastic.
does.
A little flipped up card there. So Simpson here. We still have Steve, I believe. I think he was on the different team to switch. So let the
Gonna raise
graphics
this
play
one up.
catch up here. Yeah.
Raise it up to 18,000 with Queen 10 suited.
Interesting. Wanted to splash around there under the gun, try to take down some blinds. And Hammy reaching pocket 4s, wants to go set mining. He's going to make that call. Martine getting out of the way. Yeah, the Handsome and Hammy. Yeah, that's a team you definitely can't count out. Let your guys folding King Jack off suit there. I like it. You got a bet from Simpson and you got a call by Hammy. That's a tough one to come along with. Bad betters, though. Glenn, he can play some post-flop poker. Jack 8 suited, and fine for him. Buzzbait's getting a discount. Going to come along with the 8-7.
And you wouldn't believe this. We need to have this conversation. I had Jack 8 suited the other day, and Hammy called it a suited connector. He swore on his life that Jack 8 was a suited connector. We go up to a flop here, 10 high. Eric, being the pre-flop aggressor, is going to flop the best hand.
Yeah, let's see how much he chooses here. 15,000 into the 72. You might see appeal here from Glenn and the bad betters.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like folding
Both
a pair.
of them with a pair of 8s.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Go ahead and make that call. Buzzbait's kind of in the same situation here, but not much developed past, so he does let that one go. So
Backdoor diamond's still working, but Glenn obviously crushed with those diamonds if they were to come.
Y'all don't have different dealers you can reach?
No, we don't.
King or Queen, there's 2 pair for the Simpsons. Let's see if he outprices bad betters now, because bad betters picks up some gut shot. No, the same bet,
Give me
15.
15 into 102.
Yeah, you're going to see Glenn immediately snap call here. Wow.
Remember
And
the 9?
9,
He
a
is gonna get
disaster
there.
card. How does Glenn run as good as he does?
He's going to bet 20, and I don't think he's going to be able to fold top 2 pair.
That's hard to. I mean, it's a one-liner.
He's going to make the
yeah.
call.
And
Be shown the bad news.
yeah, and Glenn's sizing there. You can't discount that sizing.
Yeah,
Because that guy was just enough to
20,000 was
make
just
some
enough
there,
to be like,
yeah.
oh, I have to call.
Yeah, the sizing there was definitely great for that river gut shot, as Glenn's known for sometimes. Bad betters, that's going to put him in the chip lead, 482,000. Simpson's back down now to 5.5 bigs, needing to make a move again, with no tickets left to talk about it.
No tickets left to talk about it. Yeah, that 5 to about 8 big blind range is where you start to, the alarm bells need to start going off of, hey, I need to try to double up sometime soon, or I'm going to be in bad shape. Obviously, them in the big blind right now, too. So, got to wake up with a good one soon.
Yeah, and let's see what he does with his chips in the middle, as Hammy has picked up ace-queen offsuit here under the gun.
Blinds are up now to 5 and 10,000. He's going to raise it up to 25,000.
Yeah. Nathan in the chat saying someone get Whitney a candy cane to use as a chip rake. I fully agree with that.
Martine with pocket kings right after him. Hammy put in already a fourth of his stack.
Yeah, and we've got a little Hollywood in here. I love it. Martine has the best Hollywood. Seen it on stream many a times the last couple of weeks and in person at the table. Definitely giving off strength here.
Mm-hmm. Wonder what sizing he's going to go with. And if we see Hammy just try to see what other kind of hands people are going to have.
Hammy's
coming
only
around.
got 73 behind.
Yeah,
he put in a quarter of
he
his
put in
stack.
1/4
Bryce.
of his stack already. I don't think he's going to be able to fold. You never know. I think we're going to see one of the time banks used from Hammy here.
Yeah, I think he's going to let Banks make the decision on this one, as it's going to fold all the way back around.
You can
and
see all of his kings
yeah,
are dead. Yep.
Good call. There it is. So Hammy going to go talk to Banks and say, I've got ace queen. I made a 2.5x pre-flop raise, and then got 4x, 3x behind that by
I wonder how this
Martine.
how this conversation's gonna go. Hey, dude, I just put a fourth of our chips in the middle. And I
With
don't
ace-
think I have the best hand.
with ace queen.
I don't think I have the best hand. My bad.
But the blinds aren't going to get any smaller. But Martine's not doing this very lightly,
Yeah,
obviously.
He's not getting that.
It's an ace king at a minimum a lot of the time, and pocket pair after that. So you're basically coin flipping for your tournament life here, and he does
Yep,
let
you
it
can
go.
let it-
I don't hate it.
Alan in the chat said an A is coming. We'll never know.
Never know.
Never gonna see the board.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate the lay down, but because like I said, Martine's not going to do that because he knows that Hammy's not doing that without a monster too. Like aces or kings is about the only hands that Martine raises there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Free betting Hammy is like one of the scariest things you can do in poker, I think.
So we've had almost 2 orbits here. see some of the action that's been going on here. We saw Hampton Hammy with those ace kings early. Buzz Bates gotten a lot of good hands. Simpson's been pretty active and still alive.
Yeah, 1.5 men. Haven't heard much from Henry or John when they're here at the table.
No, they haven't had any
They're
cards
down to
doing
that
much with.
short stack though, so they're gonna have to. Oh, Lecoq
Yeah, how about the kings making their way across the table?
traveling one spot down.
Let's see what kind of sizing he chooses off this. Blinds are 5 and 10,000. We probably at least 30 to 40.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna
we
make
saw we saw younger Lecoq put in all 92,000 with King Queen offsuit
True.
earlier.
True.
He's gonna raise it up to 25,000 with
Yeah.
pocket kings. Glenn with an ace.
Yeah, he has let that go. Buzz Bates not waking up with anything. Simpsons into the muck. Hanson and Hammy folding, and so the pocket king's going to
Just
pick
gonna
up
take down the blinds.
some valuable blinds. And I have to watch that one in 15 minutes if you want to see, because he's not from here, Bryce. That's dealer Mark's dad. Lives
One
down.
guy, I think the only player in the field today who I've actually never played with before.
Yeah, he lives down. I want to say
Austin.
around Austin. Yeah, but he's no stranger to the felt. He's plays on a lot of live streams, a lot of tournaments. Definitely a veteran poker player for sure.
Plays a lot over there, I think, at the Lodge and TCH over there in Austin.
Mm-hmm. Whitney here getting out hand number 18. Lecoq first to go. 4 deuce offsuit, probably into the muck. Henry, is he going to find something to put it all in with? Not this
Nope.
go around. Bad betters into the muck. Buzzbay's reaching for some chips here in the cutoff. Ace 9, a suited to spade is going to tickle this one up just a little bit to looks like 21.
And that ace 9 was the hand we saw Farron win with.
Yeah.
Ace 9 suited, but nice to the Buzzbaits today. Let's see if it can continue on this one.
Yeah, just the min raise there to 20, and I don't mind the min raises. At the end of the day, tournament poker, you can get a lot of information across just with the min raise.
Martine with 2 live ones.
Yeah,
Going to
Electric Grass
complete from
is
the big
gonna-
blind.
They're going to call there. Queen at 9-6.
What a huge flop.
Middle pair, a nut flush draw for the Buzzbaits. Gut shots, a 4 Electric Grass. Brad, who's never known to not c-bet, does the right thing and continues on, and I don't think you're going to see Martine be able to come across this. Maybe.
Does have a gut shot to an 8.
Yeah, he knows Brad is capable of c-betting a lot without necessarily connecting, but he does go ahead and lay it down. Good lay down. So Buzzbaits getting some more chips back up and putting them closer up to the chip leaders there of the bad betters.
Yeah, we see the Buzzbaits and the bad betters around that 400K mark. And Electric Grass with 270, but all those other stacks hovering around 100,000 or less.
Yeah, the bad betters with about 35% of the chips in play, and the Buzzbaits 30% of the chips in play. It's definitely the rich versus the poors right now on this poker table. A lot of these teams needing to find a spot and get it in, get a good double up. We're only paying 4. There's 7 teams remaining right now, and we're only going to pay 4 of them.
Yep, and those big stacks, tournament poker definitely a little bit different, where you can see those big stacks just kind of play bully ball.
They
Try
definitely
to buy
can.
those blinds.
Getting closer to that bubble. Ohio State is behind. Okay. Getting some college football updates.
Somebody give Jeff Kirk a call, figure out
here.
what's going on with
a wellness check. As I would see Electric Grass and Lecoq going heads up to a flop here at 5-4-5. Ace on the turn for both players. We'll have to see let the graphics play catch up here, but we're able to see it live here. Here's the Christmas hat.
The girls brought it back for me. I had to throw it on.
I could have, but I didn't want to mess up my hairdo here.
Oh, you're right.
We're letting the cameras get a quick reset here. The both players that checked it to a river. I don't think much going down here on that, but quite a few people tuned in across all of our social media. We got YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in for this final table. We have 7 teams left. Where they're going to be swapping out some more players, and let us know who you're rooting for. I mean, I really can't have a favorite.
You can't have a
No,
favorite.
I gotta
You
kind
gotta
of play the
be
field.
the guy who likes everyone, don't you?
Yeah. But let us know who you're rooting on. Lots in the chat saying, where's CJ? CJ is the partner that's not playing right now. He'll be back in 40 minutes, I believe, because we
Yeah.
switched field and field. So him and Glenn are still in it. And we'll let the cameras come back, and we'll talk a little bit more about that 10K coming up next week. This coming Thursday at 6 p.m., December 11th, $120 entry for a $10,000 guaranteed tournament. This one's going to be a big one.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, you asked me if I had any of these days off. I don't work Thursday,
There you
so
go.
I can be able to come play that Thursday flight. You'll probably see me here at 6 p.m. on Thursday. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff for the $10,000 guarantee. We haven't had a big tournament in a couple months now.
Oh, yeah, it's big.
So bringing it back,
Yep,
it's going to
been a minute.
be a lot of people coming in excited to play that tournament.
Yep, and then the day right after that, the Rivers League Championship Tournament. If you played in any of our Sunday games at all, any of the league games, you have points to come play this Sunday for $30 into an $8,600 in change prize pool. It's going to be a good one. So if you played in any one of our league events, come on in and play it. And LeCoq's going to go all in here, and they're going to chomp this one up as we finally got the game back on the track here. Looks like LeCoq used one of his tickets to go ask his kiddo, say, hey, we've got the ace here. There's that 5 bringing up the voting, so no harm done to either player.
I think they were they blind versus blind there too, so just taking
Yeah.
taking their own money back.
Yeah, and the both under ripped, having an ace too, both being in the blinds.
One of the funny things to watch with this tournament is obviously the person who's not playing is sitting outside watching, hoping that their teammate doesn't get busted when they're in there. So when you hear that somebody's all in, it's funny to see their teammates out there
Running out there,
trying to peek in the door, see what's going on,
There,
see
buddy.
if it's their time to go or not.
Bad betters here, 6'4" suited under the gun. Hasn't had much to play yet. I'm sure he's itching to do so. Yep, and just as predicted, I thought he was going to go ahead.
6'4". He said, "I'm bored.
Yep.
Let's min click." It was 6'4".
Blind still 5 and 10. He's going to make this one 22 play. Buzzbaits letting the ace-6 offsuit go. And as we move around the table,
I was just talking about those big stacks being able to play a little bit of a wider range because of the amount of chips that they have. So that 6-4 offsuit, the min click, going to get everybody down, and he's going to collect the blinds.
yep, not many soft spots here at the table. I mean, you've got, like I said, Glenn, who can play some pretty aggro poker. Brad, who's can play some pretty stubborn poker. The Simpsons, who aren't getting their money in lightly, as well as Hammy Mark there. He's not going to get his money in light. So, I mean, it's a tough tournament table to navigate here.
Yeah, and Henry as well. We haven't seen him play any hands
Right, he
outside
just-
of the blinds. So when
been-
he finally does put it in, you got to think that it's going to be with a real hand.
Yeah, he's been handcuffed, surrounded by the big stacks, needing to find a good one to get all the rest of those in. Buzzbaits here, first act with 6-5 offsuit into the muck. Nothing going for the Simpsons or Henson and Hammy. Electric Grass, Queen at 5 suited.
Do you think Banks came up with that nickname? The team
Plausible,
name?
plausible.
Handsome and Hammy. Do you think that was Banks that came up with that one?
Like O'Kear thinks he might be able to steal some blinds, but decides against it. And the 7 deuce for poor Henry. I think he's showing Glenn there. Can he wake up with anything? Glenn having the 4-3, so anything would have
7
worked.
high is ahead.
Anything would have worked, but he just didn't quite get it. So at least he'll have the button now. And we can take a quick look at where the chips have shifted around to. You see the Buzzbaits and Bad Betters still having most of the chips in play. Electric Grass there, Martine and Wes 270,000 in chips, and then on down 10 bigs and below
10
for
bigs and
the
below, yeah.
4 out of the
Just gonna say
7 on the table here. And like I said, we're only paying 4. So only 4 of these teams getting paid. You see $2,800 up top for first, fourth place $600. So these guys just got to find a spot to double it up.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know necessarily who had a lot of rebuys in that first part. So who, if that $600
May
really
not
means
mean much
anything
of
to
it.
some people.
Yeah, we did
but-
have a 2-hour rebuy period. Yeah, and I think Glenn did have quite a few of them. He might need to win first to him and his partner to break even.
break even today.
But he's in the right spot for it. Him and CJ having the chip lead.
50 bigs. Plenty of chips to navigate with.
Blind versus blind here. Here you see Destiny calling out the
The
action to
switch.
change.
A team and B team, switch it out.
Yeah, and here you see the bad betters and the buzz baits. Battle of the blinds. Bad betters here going to raise it up to the king 9 suited. Farron here going to look down at the king 4 offsuit. Not going to have anything to defend with here. And he's looking around and seeing no one else is involved. We'll just go to the next hand.
Yep. Obviously not going to get out of line with the Martine, king 4. Just going to move on to the next one.
And you see the buzzbaits still having both of their meeting tickets left. I don't know if either one of them will use it. I don't know if either one of them care enough.
Or, I think that might be one of the funniest conversations to go in and listen to with Brad and Farron. Well,
This is what I got.
I don't
What
know
do you
to do.
think? Hell, I don't
Yeah,
care.
go.
I can hear it now for sure.
Mm.
But they're still in a good position right now, second in chips.
I think everybody else has just one of their tokens left, minus the Simpsons.
Yep.
They're just out to dry. Whoever's in there is in there. Make the decision.
So you see half the table switched it up as we see West take Martine's spot. He did some work building up that chip stack, doing good. LeCoq still in his seat. Will be the next change in 20 minutes. And he's just going to ship it here. Just going to steal some blinds for real. 102 into the middle with the ace-8 offsuit. 1.5 men not waking up with anything. John, bad betters into the muck. And nothing for Buzz Bates and the Simpsons. So LeCoq going to get some blinds there. And welcome into the booth, Chris. What do you think, Chris?
The action's been extremely good so far.
Yeah, we've still got 7 teams remaining. These blind levels are up there. Like I said, we're at 5, and actually we should be maybe up to the next blind level now since we just saw the switch of the players. But we've got half the field remaining, less than 10 bigs. But when you're only paying 4 places and there's so many short stacks, you never know. You can kind of sneak your way up that ladder maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult for some of these stacks. I can see Simpsons have only 30K left in their stack, and the blinds are 10 and 15, having under 2 bigs at this point in the game. Especially with these players, I know them to be a little bit tighter than most, so they might have to get a little bit out of their comfort zone to be able to play that stack effectively at these blind levels.
Yeah, it's definitely in all interfold territory for a lot of them. You see Electric Grass here at West sending down for his team, picking up a Queen Jack suit. Are going to raise this one up to 30. And
He
there,
gets a
there
good
it
hand to
is.
go all
Yep,
in with.
Simpsons do a pick it. They're out of their tickets. They've already had their conferences, but no conference needed here when you only have what they've got back. And some of it was already in the middle due to the blinds, but they're going to be happily in the lead, Chris.
Still anybody's game. This is about as big of a flip as you can have.
Yeah, ace 10 offsuit for Simpsons and Queen Jack suited of clubs for Wes Martine, the Electric Grass. And dealer Whitney here going to put out a flop for us. 74K in the middle, both needed by both teams. 4-4 deuce on this flop, no help. 8 on the turn. Ace high is still ahead. Electric Grass needing to pick up a queen or a jack to take this one down and eliminate a team. Does not happen. The ace high of Simpsons keeps them in the game. 74,000 pot.
That's a lucky break for the Simpsons.
Yeah, big, much needed win there for the Simpsons, keeping them alive and surviving another orbit.
I gotta learn something from Brad.
I don't want you to get dumber. Protecting you.
There's a reason they're not using a
Talk
ticket.
about her daddy.
Brad's just gonna say call. Brad's usually just gonna call anyway.
And Ed's son.
They're talking about the Buzz Bates tickets. We were discussing how we would love to hear Farron and Brad's discussion. No matter who's asking what, the answer is going to be, hell, I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, knowing those two guys.
Action here on Lecoq. 8-5 suited into the muck. And we're going to find out here if John picked up a hand. No, did not. 1.5 men still looking for that one hand to go all in with. Bad Beto is going to put some pressure on the blinds here. Going to min click this one with the ace-5 offsuit.
This is the type of stuff that Henry and John and the Simpsons are going to have to compete with. Having that big of a chip stack, Glenn, especially with that big of a chip stack, is going to be raising pretty wide, and they're going to have to get pretty uncomfortable to be able to play against that.
Yeah, and Glenn and CJ really haven't put their chip stack too much into pressure, but they definitely could, as we just saw there. Of
Being
course,
such a massive chip favorite, you really don't have to put in that much of your chips.
now the ICM value is only playing 4 places, and we can see here that 4 out of the 7 teams remaining all under 10 bigs, and there's still some poker to be played.
That's kind of both useless.
I didn't put on my extended one, but
4 raises.
And he's going to continue that aggression here. He's going to raise this one and min click again. But at the bad time, as Farron looks down at pocket aces, Buzz Bates, what a spot to be up against the chip leader with you second chips and having pocket aces. And he's going to 3-bet Glenn here to 80,000. And
Better alarm bells are going off in Glenn's head
there's-
right now.
yeah, there's no world where Glenn is going to call here, but it definitely still sends a signal that Farron and the Buzz Bates have a good enough chip stack right behind you that they're capable of doing those moves.
Yeah, they're not too far behind. Only 77,000 in chips behind, which I think is only 5 big blinds right now.
Yeah,
Not too far behind.
We'll take a look back. That last hand started a little too quick. We get a deeper look at the leaderboard. Electric Grass in 3rd place, 15 bigs. And then at double that, 2nd place Buzz Bates, and then the Bad Betters, 500,000 in chips. Buzz Bates having 30. Both teams roughly having 36% of the chips in play. So 60% of the chips between the top 2 teams, Chris.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game, though. Anybody can go on a really hot streak, especially this late in the tournament. Just one couple hot streak of hands, and you can be right back in this thing, even with a chip stack as small as John and Henry's. Handsome Hammy going to wake up with pocket jacks here, just going to put the money in. They're another short stack,
Yeah,
only
30
having just over 2 big blinds.
And puts the stack in, and it's folded. It was in the cutoff, so we're just having to dodge the blinds here. Of course, you've got 2 short stacks in the blinds right now. The Cokes have a little over 100K. They can fold, and it looks like they're going to with the 8th tray. But 1.5 men here, they're running low down, and they've already put in a lot in the big blind, but they can't answer with the 10-8. So Handsome and Hammy aren't going to get that through with the pocket jacks.
Battle of the short stacks here. One short stack taking blinds from the other short stacks. I'm sure that Glenn and Farron are loving that.
It's pretty bad. I didn't get a call, and I almost doubled up.
Hey, heard Hammy say that he almost doubled up, but not even getting a call with these blinds as high as they are.
No coaching. Get out of here. God.
Wait, he's coaching me out of here.
What?
Out of here. Yeah,
Trying to
Brady's
get the
fine.
other half of 1.5 men out of the doorway. I don't know if there's much coaching you can do when you've only got a big and a half, 2 big blinds.
Yeah.
And you've got some of it in here on the small. Yeah, any jam here by John and the 1.5 men is going to have to be called by Glenn.
The whole point of not being a student cannot talk to you guys.
Buzz Bates, Farron here under the gun with the 9 deuce offsuit. Throwing that one into the muck.
That's the case. I'm gonna be right behind T-Bone the whole time.
Simpsons and Hammy both into the muck as well. The Coke, King Jack offsuit. You know, it's tough to put pressure on the small blind when you got the chip leader in the big, though. Oh, but that's going to be good enough. That's about as much as you can do. Maximum pressure.
Yeah, and I don't hate this jam. King Jack on the button is a pretty good hand, especially at these blind levels. And eventually, you just have to make a move and go with it.
Yeah, and
gotta get the
pocket eights and a
snap call.
snap call. Yeah, so Lecoq at risk. King Jack offsuit against the bad betters.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty close flip. You can see the equity. It's only 53% to the pocket eights right now.
I didn't see if there was any kings or jacks folded or didn't pay attention to it if it was.
I don't believe it was. There were a lot of small cards folded that go around.
Remote starts the car.
Dealer Whitney there counting down the stacks.
I jammed on the button, King Jack off. Like,
And whoever wins this hand is going to be right back in this thing.
Yeah.
200,000 in the pot right now.
I'm not holding greater 9 bigs on the button. Yeah, even Bobby's gonna pick it on this one. It's gonna be a key, right?
And to a flop. Lecoq trying to dodge any, or bad better trying to dodge any eights. Eights still standing on this 4-6-7 board. Lecoq needing a king or a jack on this turn or some running spades.
He's going to hit
And
the
he's-
jack on the
there's-
turn. Now
yep.
he's just got to dodge a 5 or an 8
Yep.
on the river. Oh, and he is not
man.
going to be able to dodge this 5. Pocket eights is going to river a straight here to knock Lecoq out of the tournament.
Wow.
That is an unfortunate bad beat on the river.
Good run by the Lecoq father-son team, making it all the way to 6th place.
Like I said, eventually you just have to make a move and go with it. Unfortunately, it just didn't work for them that time.
Oh, you only took it.
That's to Glenn in the chat there saying, "Let's go, Glenn." He must be off the table right now watching watching himself play. Good call, Glenn, with the pocket eights. I know it was a tough one. I'm sure it was tough. A lot of thought went into that one. Made the right decision. End up 6 outs on the turn and get there. No, that's ones you have to make. So then there were 6. Only 4 getting paid here in this tag team tournament here at the River League.
And it's going to be interesting to see which of these short stacks actually makes it to 4th place.
Goes
Everybody
another one.
in the short stack with under 100,000 and everybody above the short stacks with over 200,000 in chips.
Yeah, and so Mark waking up with pocket sevens, middle position, going to put in all of his chips, 58K according to the computer. We'll get a countdown here from Whitney. Pocket sevens, hoping you're in the lead. If you get called by anybody here, it's going to fold around. Oh, bad betters. Yep, he made the call. Pocket nines. Hammy going to see the bad news here.
Damn, I wish I played.
So Glenn waking up with another pocket pair.
They also put 20 bucks on
See if he can go back-to-back knockouts here. The reigning tag team champion and Mark at risk.
He's doing this. He's doing a walk of fame right now.
No, dude, please. Don't do that. Oh, man.
To a flop.
A 7 in the window.
King, deuce, 5. No help to Hammy.
He's looking for a 7 and only a 7 at this point.
Deuce on the turn. No help. 2 outs, 1 time, or we're going to say goodbye to the handsome and Hammy. And that is what is going to happen as Glenn and the bad betters go back-to-back knockouts here in this tag team tournament.
The rich just get richer.
Yeah, the short stacks are slowly starting to fall. They can't quite get that double up that they so badly need. And you can see here, you've still got 2 teams with less than 10 bigs. Electric Grass barely sitting a little bit better with 15 bigs. But the chips is definitely in the hands of the bad betters and Buzz Baits. Farron, Brad, and the Buzz Baits came to the table pretty close to the chip lead, I believe, but they got it within the first couple hands, and they stayed towards the top. And the bad betters at catching a couple good hands picked up a couple 100,000 in just the last couple orbits at 692 and almost half the chips in play, Chris.
And Electric Grass could be looking at taking a piece of that stack away with these pocket jacks.
And here's the tough part, though. You know, you're sitting here third in chips at a distance. There's 2 short stacks, Chris, and this is the bubble. This is the 4-team bubble, and he's going to use a ticket to go talk to Martina about it. And I don't blame him. I'm going to show it right here on the screen. Only paying for $600 is going to be the 4th place. There's 5 teams left, and 2 of those teams, Chris, that's still in there, they've got just a couple bigs apiece.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he plays these pocket jacks here. You can raise and go after the larger stacks, but you risk pushing the short stacks out of the hand and letting them stick around.
Yeah, well, you definitely can't fold, but you need to bet enough to get people to fold, but not enough to where you don't have to commit your stack. And that looks like what's going on here. He's going to bet 40,000.
That's a good size raise.
Yeah, just a little bit more than a min click back. And the only people going to call you here are going to be pretty significant hands. We see John there with the 8-6. I think he's already folded in his mind, but the cards are still sitting there, John. That's exactly what was going on. He's just watching Glenn. Farron not waking up to anything there, and the Simpsons going to let it go. So some much needed blinds there for the electric grass. But like I said, you can't fold the jacks, but you don't necessarily want to put your tournament life at risk when you got 2 stacks at the table that can't really survive in orbit. And we're up on the money bubble right now.
It's going to be interesting to see what John and Henry end up doing in this spot with just over 1 big blind left to go.
Yeah, his blinds are 10 and 15. They've got 23K in their stack. It's
this hand, I feel like this hand in particular is going to be the deciding factor, because if they choose not to go all in this hand, they're going to be committing almost all of their chips in just being the big blind next hand.
Yeah, it's definitely this one would be the optimal, but the next one you're going to be all in. And yeah,
He is going to go all
put it
in
out
here.
there. He is going to put it in. Let's see. Queen Jack suited. That's the
good enough
best hand
hand.
I think they've seen here on streams that I've seen.
And
Unfortunately
Glenn
for
gonna
him, though,
make
he's
the
gonna
snap
he's gonna
call.
get a lot of callers though, because they just didn't have much left. It's basically like limping in. But the bad betters, Jack 9 suited, the buzz baits, King Queen offsuit, good cards to make that call with. And electric grass already been in the big blind, not much more for West to close the action. So 1.5 men getting max value over 100K in this pot, but needing to get a little bit of help. They have the bad betters pipped, but they're behind the buzz baits pretty good. Looking for a jack or a lot of clubs. 6-9 king. Top
It-
pair buzz baits.
Gets a bunch of neither. Got the king of clubs on the board, looking for a 10 for a straight, or
10.
another club on the turn to give him some more outs.
Not going to happen. Deuce on the turn. Buzz
Yes.
baits with a pretty decent lock here. Bad betters is going to put some money out there on a dry side pot with the middle pair, second pair, and the flush draw.
I don't hate that, being the overwhelming chip leader here.
Yeah.
Taking a shot with the pair and flush draw, not a bad move.
Electric grass letting the bottom pair go into the muck. So we're going to have a side pot action here. To a river, 4 of clubs. Doesn't change anything. Buzzbait's probably not going to fold anything. Yeah, and Glenn with just going to turn it down, try to get some showdown value out of his 9. And we're going to say goodbye to the 1.5 men, John and Henry. Good run, though.
That does mean we are now in the money.
That's right. We have 4 teams left, 4 ladders being paid, 600 for fourth, 1,000 for the third place finisher, 1,600 for second, and $2,800 for first place. You know, that was a tough field to navigate to get to the ladder with all the short stacks. And the Simpsons snuck by and got into the money. They
Not
were
a bad little payday for them. I wouldn't have expected them to do a lot of rebuys, so it looks like we might just be doubling our money here for the Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. They play steady, good poker the entire way and made it all the way to the money. And like I said, navigated some pretty treacherous chip stacks. A lot of people being short and came out the short stack on top. And, you know, one good double up, 2 good double ups, and they're right back in it.
Oh, yeah, they're not too far behind. Like I said, anybody can go on a good run of cards, and even with the short stack being 50K right now, like 2 or 3 good hands, and they could be right back in this thing.
Buzz baits here under the gun. Jack 9 offsuit. Blinds are still 10 and 15,000. Going to be going up soon. 20-minute levels with the player switches. Electric grass not waking up with much in the small, but going to make a completion and see if the bad betters want to put pressure on him. Actually, he raised it up. Great move there by Wes. Didn't see him raise it.
Just going to take down the big blind here, and every big blind counts. Especially
Yeah,
with these
no,
levels.
backwards actually. What I thought was going to happen happened. And Glenn immediately raised to put some pressure back on Wes, and Wes had to let it go. That's what I expected to happen, but it looked like Glenn folded, but he was folding after he had verbally bet, and Wes folded.
Cleaning out here.
Dealer Robbie in the box. Flash from the past here at the River League.
Yeah, it's been almost a year since we've seen him in the box here.
Got right back into it like riding a bike. Been watching him deal on the outer tables. Did a great job. As the Simpson here. He's got an ace.
Is he going to decide to go with a small ace unsuited here, or is he going to take his chances with the big blind being the next hand?
No, he does go ahead and let that one go. Bad betters. Glenn just going to let the walk go through for Buzz Bates. No reason to clash with the big stack whenever the next person out only has 3 big blinds.
Might as well wait to push the next guy out and take the free money up.
Yeah. Alan saying, is it time to get aggressive now that you're in the money? Depends on chip stacks, but yes and no. Like I said, we're in the money. There's 4 teams left, and only paying 4 spots. But one of those teams, like I said, only has 3 big blinds. So you don't want to get in too much of a tussle with one of these other stacks and miss out on that ladder up to 3rd place. Because it's going to be tough for the Simpsons to not go out here pretty soon. Sean Rice saying, good luck. Good to see you, Mr. Sean Rice, a very adept champion poker player, Tournament of Champions. Got, I believe it was 2nd this last year in the WSOP, and got lots of rings and bracelets under his belt. Player out of Lubbock. Love to see him here in the chat, and he's been here and played on our Tuesday night Big O games a little bit. We still have those, Mr. Rice. If you want to come down some Tuesday, let myself or Mark know that you're coming down and get you a seat in that Big O game.
And we had a raise here from Wes with Jack-9 offsuit, and looks like the players switched out when Robbie switched in. So now we have CJ in here playing this overwhelming chip lead stack. Gonna end up folding his hand, and looks like Farron's actually going to make the call here with King-7 suited.
Yeah, he's going to defend the small blind. Simpson gets out of the way. He might have thought the Simpson might have shipped it there and might have tried to been going 2v1 on the all-in, but instead, Electric Grass need to be careful here as they don't want to put those chips at risk with someone only having, a couple big blinds left.
Right. They do flop the best of it here with a pair of 9s, but Farron doesn't have nothing. He's got a pair of 7s and a backdoor flush draw.
Yeah, and Farron's going to put the pressure on Wes here because, like I said, Wes has got to be thinking he doesn't really want to put too many chips at risk with someone basically going to be all in at any moment with a $400 jump between 4th and 3rd place. We'll see here with the graphics play catch-up how much Farron bet here. And a good bet. Like I said, putting the pressure on him, knowing the stacks, that's a tournament experience there by Farron, knowing that Wes does not want to get himself in too much trouble when he's got Simpson there to his right, who's pretty much all in. He's in the small blind, only got about another big blind behind. So no reason to get involved there with a big stack.
Simpson's only with 28,000 left. The blinds did go up that previous hand. We are now at blind levels 10 and 20. So the Simpsons sitting here with less than 1.5 big blinds to go. Going to have to make a move within the next 3 hands, or they're going to be forced to be all in very soon.
We got a lot of chips over here. We got to contend.
Yeah, we'll see what they want to choose to put it all in with here with the Simpson. Being in the small blind now. He's not quite on the button yet, so he's got to put some of his chips in there in the middle. Maybe he'll wake up with something here to go against the big blind with King-9 suited. Absolutely puts it in there. And, of course, Wes with the Electric Grass having a call. Let's see what Wes makes the call with. Any 2 cards is really he was required to call, so any 2 cards here from West turnover is going to be the right call. And he got a good one. Ace-Jack offsuit. Unlucky for Simpson.
He's going to be pretty far behind here. He's going to be looking for a couple diamonds, most likely on this flop, to give him more chances to win. West very comfortably in the lead right now with Ace-Jack.
So all in. Simpson's at risk. King-9 behind the Ace-Jack. Electric Grass has seen a 3-deuce-6 flop. No help to either player. Ace-Jack still best. Robbie puts out the turn card of a 7. Still no help. Looking to catch a king or a 9 or 4th place. And that is what is going to happen as the Simpsons did a great job laddering up, though, into the money with the short stack they had at the final table. Used 2 conference tickets to talk with their partners. One good all-in situation and worked their way into a 4th place finish for $600 on this $240 per team entry. Congratulations to Eric and Steve, father-son combo. Great run, guys. Zach Terry in the Facebook chat. Character from Midland, Odessa. Absolutely fun poker player. Love me some Zach. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for tuning in to the River League on our Facebook page. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch every Thursday for cash games and the occasional Saturday tournaments we have going on. I'd like to bring you at least the final tables. We're going to be bringing you a special stream tomorrow with the final table of our league championship. Again, that's a $30 tournament with an $8,600 and change prize pool that was developed over the course of the last few months in the league. If you participated in any of our league events on Sundays, you have chips waiting on you. Only a $30 entry to go up to that great prize pool. It's going to be a fun tournament. We're going to bring that one to you live, final table. As Wes here, going to get some of those chips in play he just got with the pocket queens. Let's see what kind of sizing he chooses against CJ, Chris.
Yeah, sizing is pretty much everything when we're talking about these kind of chip stacks. Electric Grass with a third of the chips in play.
We see that CJ just doesn't have anything, so it's not going to matter at this point. But he does pick up some valuable big blind. So 3 left, 3 places, $2,800 up front, $1,000 for the next team eliminated. Electric Grass, 11 bigs, $223,000, and the rest of the chips spread between the Buzzbaits and the Bad Betters. $589,000 for the Buzzbaits and $619 for the Bad Betters. Some work to be done for Wesley Martin and the Electric Grass. For those that don't know, I'm just going to say it. Wes, Electric Company, and Martin, Landscaper. So Electric Grass was their last-minute chosen team name. I think it's fantastic. As Wes looks down at the 10-7 into the muck on the button. Kojak here, King Jack for CJ in the small blind. Once again, he's kind of in a situation where it is kind of tough to tussle with a short stack and Wes, but he is going to raise this one up. Pretty decent raise, 10-20s of the blinds. He's going to make it $50,000 to play.
Yeah, you have to find that balance between not wanting to sell yourself short when you've got good hands, but also be very aware of everybody else.
Tough one here because Buzzbaits wakes up with pocket queens, quite a train wreck of a hand, 3-handed, and he's going to be reaching for more chips. Farron going to raise this one up to $150,000. And you see CJ immediately looking at the ceiling, thinking, Farron
probably thinking about how he just gave up the chip lead. With Farron picking up a really good hand here, just an unfortunate spot for CJ.
Yeah, and King Jack never good here and lets that one go. So Buzzbaits and Farron take over the chip lead there at $639,000. But it's good pull by CJ. Farron's never doing that as a bluff. He's got a decent hand. And, King Jack, great 3-handed, but dominated a lot. Ace King, Ace Jack. Uh-oh. Controversy brewing at the River League. Wesley can't take a bathroom break.
Whenever we were given tickets a certain amount of times. Only during the game.
CJ picking on Wesley there. Wesley ran to the restroom and making him think he can't do that. Blinds are big, Chris. 10, 20,000. Electric Grass, a little more than 10 bigs. They are in the big blind, needing to pick up some hands here when they have these chips in the middle. CJ, who we saw just give quite a few chips over to Farron, lays down the 10, lays down his hand at 10-9 for the Buzzbaits. If he's going to raise this one up to put pressure or just make the call.
I would think you, with a hand like this, with only 3 players left in the tournament, you gotta make some moves with these types of hands.
Yeah, you
He
never,
does, making the small raise to 40,000.
Yeah, and the electric grass picking up with king 8 suited. Not bad at 3-handed here. Both share clubs. See if clubs come on the flop. They do not, so safe territory on that. But Buzzbait's flopping best, top 2 pair. And going to slow play it, Chris. I love it.
I love that play.
There's an 8 on the turn that's going to connect with the electric grass. Depending on Farron's sizing here, he may get paid a little bit. Let's see what he chose here. He bet 50,000.
50,000 to 80,000 might be a little bit much for West to be able to call there.
Yeah, that's a very connected board out there. Good fold by Wes.
If you get rolled it down, here. I know they're partners with our team, but I need a ruling. All right, that's great.
They're calling for a floor ruling if Wes spoke to Martine or not.
West
I think he's okay as long as he's not in the hand, Chris.
yeah, that's the argument that West was making. As long as he's not in the hand, then it should be okay.
No, they're fine. They're just picking at each other more than anything.
For sure.
But Wes definitely needing some help, but he needs it in the cards varieties. He's got 183 left, and the blinds being at 10 and 20.
We're going to be moving on to hand number 40 of this live stream. Buzzbait's going to pick up queen 4 offsuit, probably right in the muck. Let the small stack and the other big stack at the table duke it out.
Yeah, no reason to get 2 off the wall right now, especially after he took that big chunk out of CJ's stack there. Electric grass waking up with king and jack. Just makes the call, limps in, wants to see what happens. CJ with queen deuce suited.
And I won't be surprised to see CJ raise here with the queen deuce and try and put a little bit of pressure on Wes here.
You know, we saw Glenn do it earlier, but I don't know if CJ quite has that play in his bag. He's definitely Hollywooding here, and he is reaching for chips, so it is going to be a good play.
That's
And a
gonna be
big one, too. Looks like he's betting another 45,000.
It's not an insignificant amount, especially for Wesley's chip stack.
Yeah, and Wesley's at the very bottom of his range here to even think about making a call here, but he does fold it face up to show trying to get to a cheap flop. It doesn't quite happen, so good move by CJ there. You know, Glenn was giving him heck about not playing any hands, but CJ is a good poker player. He's Glenn more being teasing with CJ. CJ definitely has poker chops. But that takes a little bit more out of electric grass. 163,000 in chips. They've only got 11% of the chips in play. Only about 8 bigs. Yeah, a little over 8 bigs left. They're safely on the button right now, but they need to find something quickly. Blinds are 10 and 20,000. We've already seen fourth place by the Simpsons, $600. Great run by them. Great run by all these guys. It was a fun tournament.
Wesley going to wake up with queen deuce suited here, the hand that CJ just had, actually.
How about another queen deuce, CJ? Does he do the same thing, or does he test Farron or not?
I don't think that Farron's probably the best person to test here.
No. And so Farron getting the walk there with the buzz baits. No harm on that orbit to his chip stack. Now Wes in the big blind, 20,000 of his 180. There are 20,000 of his 180 in the middle already. Needing to pick up some hands quickly. And CJ and Farron, I believe CJ just sat down, so I think he's going to stay there. Farron could be getting rotated out at the next level, I believe, if I remember correctly, and so should Wes. You'll see Martine come back in for that team, the Electric Grass, as well. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is a tag team tournament. They all played their own stacks up until the final table, where they combined whatever they had accrued in the tournament and then do back and forth seat changes. Bad bettors folding on the button. Buzzbait's waking up with ace-10 suited. Going to be able to put some pressure here on Electric Grass. Reaching for those brown 10,000 chips. Blinds 10 and 20. It looks like he made it 40. Just a min raise, but that's enough to send enough. He bet 50,000. And we see that Wesley not having anything to fight with here, so he's going to have to let that money go he has in the middle. So Buzzbait's doing good and recognizing their position a couple of hands ago, recognizing the aggression, their chip stacks, and putting the maximum pressure on these shorter stacks.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult for Electric Grass to come back. CJ and Glenn are very good players, and it's always difficult to play against somebody as tight as Farron when they've got a massive chip stack like that.
Farron and Brad both. I mean, Brad knows how to apply the pressure, put the chips to work. He's good at table recognition where they are at with chips, and he's got quite a tournament record to boot. And Brad's got a lot of pretty good caches in a lot of places.
Farron going to wake up with King 10 suited on the button here. See if he actually plays this hand and applies some pressure to Wes and CJ.
Well, you just won 20 off that last hand. You could put that 20 back to work by making that same 50 bet again here with the King 10 suited. And that's exactly what he does. Bad bettors, Wes folded, unknown hand, but bad bettors here with an ace 7 off suit. But CJ's got to respect Farron's play, but there is a world where CJ can play back here just a little bit some of the time. But I don't know if he's going to do it as he just makes the call. We're going to see a flop. We're going to see that he is in the lead, ace 7 off suit against the King at 10 suited of Farron and the Buzzbaits.
And unfortunately, there's a king in the window. That's not good news for the bad bettors.
I'd love to see Farron check this one time. Bad bettors can make a slow check. Oh, he's not going to slow it down. He's going to keep the pressure on. And now it's a matter of the bad bettors if they want to put more chips in here with another short stack at the table, or if he wants to make a play back at Farron.
Again, I think we're just in that kind of spot where Farron's probably not the person you want to try and make a play against.
No, and CJ knows him well enough that he is going to lay that one down. So Buzzbaits, big pot there, put him 770,000 in chips. Bad bettors down to about 530. It's still anybody's game, don't get me wrong. Blinds are 10 and 20. Even Electric Grass can find a good double up here and be right back into the mix. But Buzzbait's going in the right direction right now. I don't know if you could hear it on the stream, but we just had the wheel spun out there. Did we have 2 tables out there, Chris?
We were on the verge of having 2 tables when I first came in here, so we might have enough people here that we've got 2 tables running.
Yeah, and if we have 2 tables going out there, any full house is spinning that wheel. So somebody either had full house with 2 tables or somebody might have hit quads on the 1 table, but I think we had 2 tables going here on this Saturday night. And so full house or better, we have 2 tables going, spins that wheel for lots of money.
We were just talking about Electric Grass needing a double up, and there's a shot that he can get it here with pocket kings if he plays this hand right.
Nope, he's not going to mess around with it. He's just going to put it all in there and hope that CJ or Farron wake up with something to combat with.
And unfortunately, with the amount of chips in play, it's going to be hard for somebody to call without an equally good hand in that spot.
No, they let it go. He only had about 130. It's difficult to find a good sizing there with the blind 10 and 20. You're committing most of your stack with any kind of significant raise of pocket kings there. So he did about all he really could with that. But Buzzbaits and the bad bettors not waking up with anything there. So he's going to pick up some much needed blinds anyway. Tristan in the Facebook chat saying, "What's up, commentators?" Tristan, good to see you. I hope things are going well. Miss you around here. Remember Tristan was going to play some cash? Yep. I feel like he moved to North Carolina. Was it North Carolina?
I do not remember.
South Carolina? Military is all I know. Tristan, where'd you end up moving to, bud? Have you ever going to come back down here in the San Angelo area to the River League? The poker player here. Get a lot of the military base here. People coming through and playing for a while and then going elsewhere. We saw Nathan in the chat earlier, did the same thing. But we appreciate those guys tuning back in and seeing what we have going on here at the river because we have a lot. That's for sure, especially for December. We've got the $10,000 guaranteed tournament coming up next week. My little fun birthday tournament the week after that. $5,000 guaranteed tournament at the end of the month. That's only a $15 entry tournament. I was telling them we're going to have some people on roller skates and trays with rebuys just running around the room with all of the rebuys for that tournament.
Yeah, I can only imagine how hectic that's going to be with only a $15 entry.
It's going to be a lot of fun, though, if you're a player. If you work here, good luck. Get some sleep. But the players, you can't beat a $15 flighted tournament for a $5,000 guarantee. Tristan saying Georgia. Cool. Good deal. Good deal. Buzz Bates here on the button. 9-8 off suit. Let's see when I try to pick up some more chips for CJ there. No, good. Let that one go. Electric Grass, pretty hand, but not that quite this stage in the tournament. You know, he's paid the penalty for limping in against CJ and Glenn both now, so I don't think you're going to see him do that very much.
No, if you're limping at this stage of the tournament, it's almost just giving away chips at this point.
I'm just gonna tank it.
Time, I call it time.
Call clock. Clock has been called 30 seconds. Tell him. Hey, he's called clock. He can't. He called clock. Tell him.
Yeah, but it's a minute.
I was gonna say it hadn't even been 20
Make it quick,
seconds.
tell him.
It looks like Wes is trying to stall for time here, maybe. Coming up on a player change and wants to get Martine in here to decide what to do.
Just not gonna lose anything either.
Are you on?
Yes.
I am too, so I get to leave too.
So Martin gets to go and make the decision on him.
And that was insane. Should we say?
The cock on himself.
No, he didn't call clock on himself. He goes, I'm gonna go ahead and
There
just
you go,
wait.
Brad.
So
Yeah, they're going to be going to break, so they're going to see the players come in. The players have to come in and finish the hand before they can go on the break.
I actually don't hate that use of the rules by West to let Martin
Hey,
come in here and play
that's-
this hand out.
No, like I said, they're playing it exactly how they should. The partners get swapped out every 20 minutes, and he's in a weird spot here. Like I said, he's got 163 in the stack. He's getting the small blind for 10K, 8-6 suited. A lot of the times you can raise this up and test the resolve of the big blind in CJ. But you know, these guys, they're playing for some money. They're playing for some money. We see there, Simpson's got fourth place for $600. Next player out gets $1,000, but then it ramps up from there, $1,600 all the way up to $28 for first. Let's see what Martine wants to do with this 8-6 suited against CJ.
He's going to pile some money in here and make the raise up to
50,000.
50,000.
Yeah, and CJ this whole time sat with 7 deuce, so no wonder that they weren't too concerned with the hand. These players are going to be going on a 10-minute break, so stick with us. There's only 3 teams left to find out who is going to take home that first place prize of $2,800 and see if the Electric Grass can make a comeback off of that 193. They're a little less than 200,000. Bad Betters right at 500,000, and Buzzbait's in the lead with 740,000 in chips. The blinds will be coming back to, I believe, 30 and 60.
I believe they're going to be 30 and 60
Yeah.
coming out of the break.
So things are definitely going to be happening here very, very soon. So we will be back with you. I'll put a timer on there. I don't know if they're going to take the full 10 minutes, but we're going to keep an eye on it. And if you guys will keep with us here, we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to this Tag Team Champion Tournament final table. We had 15 teams, and now we are down to 3. So hang in there, and we will be right back. And we are back here. We see Martine taking Wes's spot as some of those players have changed out. Brad taking Farron's spot for Buzzbaits. If you are just joining us, 3 players left. 4 teams got paid. Next team out here is getting 1,000 for their efforts as this one folds around and Buzzbaits get the walk. Here in the booth with Banks. Banks,
Hey.
the Handsome and Hammy team. Handsome and Hammy team. Where did y'all end up? I forgot where y'all
We were
were
in the top 10.
Yeah, top 10. So they got 6th place there.
Just to be clear, I'm not the hammy portion.
The Handsome portion in the booth.
This is an interesting spot with Martine and Wes so low on chips. Farron and Brad can actually put quite a bit of pressure on CJ.
Yeah, we've seen Farron did a great job the last segment putting some pressure on Wes and CJ both as far as using Wes's short stack against him and CJ not wanting to give too many chips away while the electric grass was short stacked. Here we see just a call, an immediate ship here from electric grass. Buzzbaits, don't know if you'll see a call here with the king deuce suited. I like to see raises instead of calls here at 3-handed. He
Interesting.
would have won that one immediately, but good bet there by Martine to take that full big blind away.
To be fair to Brad, it's actually a little better to have him in the knot if he's going to pressure CJ, but a suited king is a pretty good hand, heads up. What they call the computer hand, queen 7, is a random hand is a queen 7 or better is better than a random hand.
Yep.
So king deuce would definitely qualify for that. But Martine knows to shove.
Oh, and he does shove here as well. I'm hoping that bad betters CJ doesn't wake up with anything. We do see he has an ace. Ace 4 off suits, tough spot. Martine's going to be having an ace in his hand a lot there, but he didn't think long about it and lays it down.
I think that's an interesting spot there. You can definitely, there's a lot of hands that are going to be, you're going to be 60-40 with. I know 4 kind of stinks as a kicker. I do think it's an interesting to show that information. That's just going to give Martine kind of free reign to jam on him whenever he wants.
So just made a quick fold with that if he didn't want to. But Martine's going to be making that move with any queen X or better. You know, ace is going to be good there a lot of the time. Buzzbaits in the big blind now. Electric grass getting to see a free hand on the button. Jack 9 off suit. Blinds are 20 and 40,000. They've got 260 in the stack, and he's going to ship it in for the 3rd time here. This one's a little bit risky, and especially risky as bad betters has woken up with ace, king, and caught him.
Uh-oh, this must have been the hand. He might not have been authorized to call with ace 4, but ace king definitely falls into his privy.
Glenn's not going to get onto him for that one.
Don't save him. Don't save him.
Ace in the window. All 3 spades, though.
Don't save this guy. He's playing bad right
Electric
now.
grass needing a spade. Queen on the turn to no help. Any spade to take the lead and stay into this tournament. We're going to have our 3rd place finisher.
There it is. We're heads up.
Heads up play between the bad betters and the Buzzbaits. Good run by Electric Grass, Martine and Wes. 3rd place finish earns them a $1,000 payday on this tag team tournament. I don't think they had many bullets. I think that's almost full value. Did you see if Wes or Martine rebought any?
I don't think any of them rebought while I was at either of their tables.
No, I don't think they rebought. I know that the Buzzbaits had no rebuys between the 2 of them. They're in for just the original 240.
I know that CJ and Glenn's team is only down 100 if they win. So no, they had a couple, not that many though.
They had a few. They had a few.
So,
But
their lawyers have redacted that information.
they're definitely in the top here. Top 2, 1,600 for second, and
They're real close in stacks, 685 and 735.
yeah, 52 to 48% in stacks. So anybody's a game. Blinds are 20 and 40. So moves are definitely going to have to be made.
For those of you who don't know how heads up works, the button is always the small blind. So they always start off the action pre-flop, and then post-flop they act last. So you get an advantage of acting last post-flop, but pre-flop you don't have that advantage.
Right.
So it kind of makes it a little more fair. And whenever you start heads up, whoever was the last person to be the big blind is the small blind generally. So
Well, these players just switched. I think you're going to see Brad stay at the next blind level, and CJ is the one going to get swapped out. So these players are on alternate draws, so they're going to be both playing each other.
And they're definitely going to play it out because despite wearing a lumberjack shirt, Brad does not know how to chop. So we will be here until the end.
Tristan, that is Banks, and joining me here in the commentary booth. He's going to raise this one up to 80,000. Min click with the ace jack. Buzzbait's queen 4. Going to let that one go. So CJ picking
What
up
was the sizing that he made? I missed that.
min click.
A min click? Okay.
Yeah. Which isn't terrible at the end of the day. I mean, you're getting to get the same information whether you make it 80 or 100, pretty much.
I like the min click sizing given the closeness in stacks. I think that that's probably fine. One thing about heads up that gets really interesting is that generally it's the part of poker where you really want to pay the most attention to not giving away what you're doing based on things like sizing and position and stuff like that. Like you might just have a standard, I'm going to min click so many hands, I'm going to flat so many hands. You can't vary it as much as you can in full ring because you're in every hand.
They get to see it every 3-4 minutes, and so patterns can be picked up on, so you want to mix it up. And Buzzbait here can be the one to min click it over to Bad Better's King 3 on the button. Try to pick up that blind back that CJ just got from Brad. Queen 6, he's doing to count some chips there. I think he might be doing just a little bit of Hollywooding here, just to kind of give off the vibe that he can't be pushed around too much on the big blind, but I don't see him really calling here. And he does make the laydown.
If we go into a situation where the button always raises and you get into that sort of what I would call meta or pattern, then the Queen 6, probably any face card, ends up having to be a call. But early on, Brad might have a limp strategy, and you can fold that, I think. It also becomes interesting because if CJ thinks that Glenn has more heads-up experience than him, there's a bit of a
survival to get to the change.
You can be like, well, we got 3 minutes left in this level. Maybe these decisions are going to take a little longer to think about. And
well, we saw Wes tank right before the break to try to get through it, to get Martine in there to see what he wanted to do with the hand that he had. So he kind of strategically tanked there. Kevin in the chat, Facebook chat, rumor has the Banks has a good stand-up routine. Rumor confirmed. Remember old Kevin, Dealer Kevin here, watching his buddy
know
CJ?
Dealer Cam. He plays we do a World Series of Poker fantasy draft every year, and he's been in it the last couple of years. CJ was begging to be in it today, so we'll probably be in next time. It's a lot of fun. You draft it kind of like fantasy football. We got smoked by Kelly, who took the Michael Mizrachi, which was not. You're taking the winner is actually crazy.
Buzzbait's here on the button first act, King Jack, and waking up with the same hand, Bad Betters. Buzzbait raised up to 120. We saw 2x, now it's 3x. And that's a chunk. That's a chunk here. It's harder to call with that hand than it is to raise, Banks.
And notably bigger than last time. So if he's thinking that Brad is going to play the same every time, now he knows that it's a little different. He's out of position.
Yeah, big fold. And I don't hate it either.
So
it was a variable raise, so he could be having an ace there that time, you know.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Brad probably had a stronger hand. So King Jack, while looking pretty, becomes a bit difficult post flop.
Some other guy named Banks in the chat says he could beat you. But you're okay.
Oh, yeah, that's my younger, less attractive brother, Jacob. How's it going, Jacob?
Thank you for tuning in to Facebook. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Quite a few viewers across all three platforms watching this final heads-up battle of the Tag Team Tournament. We started this tournament at 4 o'clock today with 15 teams, whittled it down to 8 to this final table. Banks here a part of it, making it all the way to 6th. Did a great job, him and Hammy. And brave of you to take on the reigning champion, tag team champion, that won with me.
I was the only one smart enough to pick somebody who'd won it before. I don't know what everybody else was. I don't know how you didn't get picked. Well, your dad picked Brad. I mean, I guess it worked out
No,
for him.
I
but-
had to bow out. I
Oh.
had to keep the three-ring circus running.
Yeah.
Here we have Jack Deuce suited, and he's thinking about it. I wanted to do a little something here. We saw him reach for one of those tickets. I think he might be extra bluffing with his hand here, but he does just go ahead and let it go on a walk. And Buzzbaits was waiting right there with pocket tens. Brad-
Do we have a way of seeing the clock in here, or
We can only see because we're commentating 15 minutes in the past.
yeah?
So we can't really see the clock in a 15-minute pass, but we can see what's the
I'm just
the
curious
clock in real
how
time.
long we are for break because CJ has been taking. I mean, maybe he was taking a while with his decisions earlier too, but he seems to be taking time now. Let's see what Brad does with a non-hand because he's had 2 decent hands on the button. Is he going to take a limp strategy?
Yeah, it goes back to limping.
Okay, so Brad's. It looks like if I was watching this, I would say Brad's kind of telling his hand by what he's doing, which is going to be interesting if CJ can pick up on that because essentially we are going to have 2 heads-up battles: CJ versus Brad and Farron versus Glenn. So if he can realize that that's what's occurring, it might be something that he can capitalize on later.
Yeah, both players missing this King 5-3 flop here. Bad betters checks here. You're going to see a bet out of Buzzbait quite a few bit of the time here, even though we see that he's behind. He does make the check, and yeah, there's the reach from Brad. A good reach too. 130,000 into this $80,000 pot. That is polarizing, as the kids would say.
Yeah. Ironically, he has such a bad hand that betting makes a lot of sense.
No,
Heads up.
he was going to bet there every time,
Yeah.
and as he should. But the problem is he's priced out anything here from CJ other than a shove, and I don't think CJ wants to do that with his partner waiting in the wings. And he
No.
does lay it down. So great aggression there by Brad.
Yeah, he had just not enough of that it became kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the leader of our tournament tomorrow, Julie.
Yeah, Julie is our chip leader in the Sunday League Championship. I hope you're going to be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Julie, put those chips to work. It's only a $30 tournament for an $8,600 and change prize pool. If you participated in any one of our Sunday leagues, that championship is waiting for you tomorrow. You have chips in play. $30 gets you into the tournament. No rebuys, no add-ons. Got to start here at 2 p.m. Come in and play, and top 12% going to take down the lion's share of that prize pool. And pretty excited to see who all shows up. And I hope, Julie, you are. You are the chip leader.
Okay. I like this aggression. 5-4 is a good hand to get aggressive with of the low cards.
Yeah,
And
yeah, he's going to flop open-ended here, about as good as you can ask.
beautiful flop.
Brad's going to check over to him, kind of open the door. 160,000 in the middle. I'd like to see at least 100,000 bet, but we can see that that's getting tougher and tougher. They've only got 635 left in the stack, but I think you have to bet at least 100K here.
Well, it's interesting because they're literally 50-50, and Bad Better says 5 high.
Yeah,
It was an exact coin flip on that flop.
yeah.
And it was a great flop for him to rep. He has all the aces, and then
Yeah, he was the one that raised pre-flop.
if for some reason he doesn't hit, there's no real flush draws. So if Brad doesn't have an ace, it's real hard to continue there. But Brad, good defend by him and well played by CJ. CJ actually, despite not playing here all that often, is a pretty studied poker player. So I'm not surprised to see that out of him.
Yeah, CJ's got a lot of poker experience. As much as the hard times we've seen Glenn giving him, he's definitely can hold his own. Brad here going to limp again. 10 deuce offsuit. Bad betters 4 deuce. You could ride on some momentum here, Banks, and put in a raise if you
If
want to.
he's picked up on Brad's betting his hand, and looks like he has, he's reaching for some chips here. Oh no,
Oh, he did check. Yeah, he
thought about it, though.
Yeah, that'd have been a good move, like you said, picking up on that limping strategy of Hopper. He's been sort of face up so far with everything that he's played. Queen 6 tray, 2 clubs. No help to either player. Gut shots for bad betters. Let's see if anybody gets aggressive with this pot here and turns things around.
Destiny not a big variety dealer, as we just saw the same 3 and 6 last hand, so she only switched one card up.
She's
But,
either shuffling too perfectly or not good enough. One or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad here making a good bet. Put the pressure on to CJ. Don't think CJ is going to be able to make this call here.
He wants to, though. He's got a gutter, which in heads-up play, things like straight draws and stuff like that become big equity hands because it's hard to put somebody under straight. It's hard to hit a pair. If you ever hit a straight, you can stack somebody with a pair pretty easily.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's got it. Now, he does have to worry about clubs, which lowers his outs to only 3. And there's the whole he has 4 high thing, which isn't great on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, it'd be better if you had the higher end of the open end so you could have some overs. That would be advantageous as well. But
Right. A 7-5 I'd rather call with because then I can hit a 7 that has both the bottom pairs. 5 could beat a 3.
yeah, exactly. I mentioned earlier those tickets that those players have in front of them. Those are timeout tickets to consult with your partner. CJ has 1 left. We won't see him using it in a hand like this, but I'd be curious to see before they get it in if CJ asks for Glenn's permission.
Yeah, I think that he asked him quite early, and it was an interesting spot. He could have easily 3-bet jammed, or he could have just called, or he could have folded. From what I heard, he had king queen, and he was in kind of a good spot. I think it was a good usage. Now, I do think your dad was trying to use one to go get a beverage. He came outside to ask Brad something. And
we already joked on stream that I would want to have a microphone on Brad and Farron's conference tickets because it would go like, hey, this is what I have. What do you want to do? I don't give a damn. What do you want to do? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
There's not going to be a lot of strategy talked between Brad and Farron. Neither one of them.
You don't think they're going to have solver conversations about percentages?
I don't think they're going to worry about outs and blockers. Like I said, Farron was wanting to use one of his tickets earlier to go get a beer.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the way I've seen Farron play, that actually is a pretty big improvement to his game here. You get Farron 2 Miller Lights in versus Farron 5 Miller Lights in is a different beast, and I won't spoil which one's scarier, but
he definitely enjoys the game and does well at it. Like I said, unfortunately I couldn't be his partner. For those that don't know, Farron is my father. Enjoys playing here at the River League, and really wanted to play father-son combo. A lot of father-son combos in the field today, and wanted to join him on that, but
yeah, there was
couldn't do it.
Stephen, Eric, Tommy, and Ton. We had Paul and Mark. We had Henry and John. And did I miss anybody? I think that might have been it.
Some would say you and Mark as well, but you know.
Oh no, Mark's not my son. He's adopted. But it was a good tournament. I like the variety of teams we had. We had a lot of Swift Shots from before. I actually don't know. Did we have any duplicate teams from last time? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. We did
even though we had a lot of overlapping players.
No, that was.
No, the Wu-Tang Clan was Ton's other son.
Yeah.
Now
with the other son, yeah.
Yeah, the one he likes more.
CJ here got an open fold king 8 on the button. That's interesting there. Yeah, he might be looking for that clock to start ticking.
I think Brad is a bit more comfortable with this than CJ. I think CJ really wants a win for him and Glenn, and you can see that in how he's playing. He's trying to make sure he has good solid spots to get it in and kind of make his decisions a bit easier.
Well, and it's an interesting point, which you say that Glenn and CJ. Glenn wants to win always, forever. CJ doesn't want to lose with Glenn, whereas Brad and Farron do not give any craps.
They are.
So
I actually think they have to be reminded between sessions that they have a partner.
So they're definitely more on the comfort scale as far as when it comes to a teammate. That's for sure. But I'd be more than happy to have CJ on a team. Like I said, definitely a good poker player. But the dynamic between him and Glenn definitely has been interesting.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Hinden Mob site, which tracks your poker winnings at places kind of nationwide. And me and Brad have the same, almost to the dollar, the same Hinden Mob totals.
Wow, because he won a lot in Austin.
Yeah, he definitely has played less tournaments than me, so he kind of kicks my butt. But
when it comes to size cashes,
he just wins the big ones, and I just have a lot of small cashes. So
CJ here now he's on the button with an ace. Definitely gonna have to make a move on this one here. And in fact, there it goes there. The blinds have shifted, and now Glenn in the driver's seat. And I don't think there's going to be any more question now what's going to happen with an ace heads up with now Glenn in control.
Do you think Glenn was ready to get into that seat?
He
It took
limped
him a little
in.
bit.
That is unexpected
I love this.
and
from Glenn.
good. Now let's see what Hopper wakes up with. Queen
And-
9. Yeah, there's a raise and a rejam. So immediately the mood has shifted with Glenn taking in the seat. Like I said, one half of the field changes half the field every 20 minutes. So that's why we're going to have all 4 of these players playing each other. It's not necessarily heads up versus heads up.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was going
they
to
ended
be.
up being an even odd team.
Oh, okay.
And so it ended up perfectly in that they're
I
going to
think that's
switch
more
every
exciting.
20 minutes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, not that I want to sit here for another hour, but
Well, Brad will decide, and it is going to take him a minute. He's a thinker in these spots. He likes to make sure he thinks everything through. One of the things that I think some people devalue is there's a time for taking a minute to think, and then there's a time that your actions can be pretty quick. I think Brad does a good job of when he has a difficult spot, he thinks it through.
Yeah, he has a measured approach regardless, and I think that's important for poker.
I think it is too.
But the only reason that was as measured as it was is because Glenn's reputation precedes him, and he sat down and immediately limp raises. But that was a big swing. It put the
fold.
bad bettors in the lead, 100,000 up in chips. So still anybody's game, one hand separating the two.
I'd like to see them get in some post flop action here. Brad,
Man, Buzzbait's going to limp.
he has kind of changed up his approach now. He probably raises that, min clicks
Against-
that if I was
yeah.
guessing versus.
Oh, and it is going to go all in and a call, and Glenn is going to have the best of it here. Ace 10.
He tried to limp raise him.
Yeah, and didn't work out for him. So bad bettors in the lead. Ace 10 offsuit versus the Buzzbaits. King 8 suited.
Let's see Queen Jack of Spades for a good sweat.
Queen 9 King. Buzzbaits takes the lead. Need to dodge an ace or a jack.
Oh, Jack. 7. Fuck. 7, 7, 7. Come on, give me a 7 or a 5.
5.
On the river, and Buzzbaits comes from behind and takes
Wow.
almost all of the chips. Bad bettors going to be left with one big blind left. Destiny here going to have to count this one down. It's going to be really close.
I think if they see that flop, the money could get in either way. Because they had a raise in pre. If they flop King, Queen 9, Glenn has backdoor nut clubs with the ace. He's got a gutter to the nuts with the 10, ace 10. So any jack gives him a straight. Any ace could give him the best hand.
Yeah,
I think this hand might have kind of played itself out a little early, but I think
Yeah, it definitely would have been a chip
Yeah.
swinger because there was still a lot of equity in both of those hands. But it's not how it goes out. To get it all in pre-flop, well played by Glenn. If you want to know the truth as far as letting, he just limped in with the ace 10. Buzzbaits tried to raise him up, and Glenn snaps the all-in.
no, the
The
ace
buzz-
5. This hand.
Oh, that's
Brad
right.
was
That's
buttoned,
right.
so
Brad's
Brad
the one that I
limped trying to
Brad
trap,
limped,
and
tried to
then
trap.
it turned out that Glenn just had an
Yeah.
above average hand.
So Brad had limped in.
Yeah.
Glenn raised, and Brad with the Buzzbaits ripped it all in to try to set the trap. But Glenn was ready with the ace 10, but
It does have a substantial amount of chips left.
70,000.
It's got to be more than that. Look at those.
Yeah, this is
240.
Yeah, he's the count's definitely off, and it does get off in these tournaments here and there. But the chips, while may not be accurate on the screen, they're definitely one-sided. That's for sure. Glenn's probably got about maybe
I think 270 is what I'm counting because those red barrels should be 100 each.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he's got 6 pinks.
And he's going to immediately ship it here with the king 6 suited. See if Brad wakes up with anything. Ace 10, definitely going to see a call here.
Yeah.
So now we have the bad bettors at risk.
Justice. You
There's no justice.
You better not
There's
win
no
this
justice in the world. You
No,
know that.
you better not win this
No,
one.
no justice.
Both
This'll
tickets
be-
lay on the
This'll be
side.
tragic if you win this one.
It's a blah blah. Oh,
5, 6, 7
Better not
pair
win this.
for bad bettors.
just to make it all good.
You better not win.
Looking
this.
for an ace or a
No
10.
fucking way you're gonna win. Let's go.
Deuce on the river, and bad betters are still alive.
Probably.
Yeah,
Okay, they didn't
270s. So,
announce it. Yep.
so he's up to 540. That's still going to be behind in the chip count. I don't know if Buzzbaits had exactly 1.4, but
One thing about your dad and Glenn and Brad is that they share a similar philosophy on chip stacking. It was pretty easy to count Glenn's chips, but Brad's chips, he likes to keep it a little kind of a question, you know?
the colors match, but the stacks mean nothing.
Well, I mean, everybody stacks it in stacks of 18, 13, and 7. So that's just a personal preference.
So we're going to switch up dealers here as we move on. The game is still afoot.
I was going to be a little disappointed if we didn't see more than one post flop hand, but I think we might now. They both have decent stacks. They've kind of got the jitters of getting it all in out of the way. We might see some more post flop play here if we don't get two big hands by both of them again.
Yeah, the blinds, like I said, they're 25 and 50,000. So, like I said, the chip counts at the top of the screen, not quite true, but probably pretty close. I think it's safe to say that the Buzzbaits still might have the bad bettors covered if any sort of all in
I
action.
think so.
But like I said, it's still anybody's game as we've seen the chips move around here quite a bit. And there it is again, a Buzzbaits waking up with the ace queen, getting it all in, a snap call
What?
in with the ace jack, and the Buzzbaits have them pipped.
Cooler.
Has them pipped.
Oh my goodness.
Ace queen versus ace jack. Buzzbaits in the lead, 3-1.
I'm gonna sit down, pull my chair.
Queen 10 kings. Queen
Is this the last hand of the tag team
I
tournament
hope
here
Glenn
at
didn't
the
sit
River
down. The
League?
strategy is to get up and leave. He should be in the bathroom right now.
Put the backpack on.
Yeah.
And Whitney to a flop. 9-4-5, no help for the bad betters. Looking for a jack and only a jack to stay alive, or we have
There's the board
our
would be interesting.
champion.
Oh, more outs.
More outs on a chop. Any 4-5 or jack.
Oh, it's a 7. It's a 7. 7 of diamonds. Oh.
Ace
Oh,
on the
that's
river.
over.
The queen will still play, and we have reached the end of the
Well
tag
played.
team tournament here at the River League. The Buzzbaits, Brad and Farron, take down this tournament. Take one look at these payouts here. 2,800 to the Buzzbaits. And I can confirm they had no rebounds, so they got max value back.
Did they really? How?
Yeah.
What does 1,400 convert to in Miller Lights and IPA beers? Because that, I believe, is what they said they were allocating it
the
towards.
question, the true question, IPA beer and Miller Lite. But the Buzzbaits have taken down first place in this tag team tournament event. We had 15 teams come along for this fantastic event. We had a lot of fun.
Oh, great.
I think it went great.
I love the turnout.
Oh yeah, we had, like I said, 15 teams, 30 players,
More
and
tables.
I think the pricing was good. The rebuys were good. $6,000 prize pool, and it was a great turnout.
I think we had a good amount of people that showed up day of, and random partners had a lot of fun together. I know that it was really a great success. I love to see it, and I hope we can keep doing more of these tag teams. They're a ton of fun, and I'd like to see the variance of teams. I thought that was awesome to see.
Yeah, because it's father-son combos, but I think you're correct. With the tag team we did a few weeks ago,
Ton has 2 more kids at least.
that's there. There you go. He's got 2 more father-son combos to play with. But we, myself, Banks, Chris, Bryce, Whitney, and Destiny, doing the action tracking. I want to thank each and every single one of you for tuning into Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch to watch this tournament. We're going to have another one coming up tomorrow. There's Whitney. Good job.
That was smart. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. This is YouTube, so I think legally you have to say that.
Something contractual. But tomorrow night, we're going to be bringing you the final table of the league championship of the Rivers League, the Sunday tournaments that we've been doing for the past few months. It's only a $30 entry. If you have chips, if you participated at all in any of those league tournaments, you have chips waiting on you for an $8,600 and change prize pool. Do you have any, Banks? Did you play any league?
I do. I have some chips, 3,500, I think.
That's a good stack.
I think that we're gonna have. I think there's not a small chance that we don't have back-to-back hoppers and different hoppers. Julie's gonna have to take this one down without the assistance of Farron, mind you. But I think it's gonna be a great tournament. I hope we have a big turnout. I'll be here. Seeing what we can get done.
That Rivers League tournament tomorrow at 2 p.m. You got to be here within the first hour. We've been stressing that to all of the players, and that goes for you too, Banks. I know you like to show up fashionably late.
Right.
2 p.m. is when it starts, and you have to come claim your stack by 3 p.m., but it's only a $30 entry tournament for an $8,600 and change prize pool. If you played at all in the Sunday tournaments, you have chips and ready to go waiting for you in this tournament. And then next week, the big exciting $10,000 guaranteed tournament. Flight A, Thursday at 6 p.m. It's only a $120 tournament for a $10,000 guaranteed. Best 2 bags forward. Get yourself a bag in the top 12% in any one of these flights. And if you can get triple bag bonus, it's basically a free roll, Banks, $400 triple bag bonus.
Yeah, I was going to go, when I bag all 4 flights, how much do I get for that?
The best 2 forward and $400 for your efforts. But
Okay.
that would be impressive. I would talk about it the entire stream. How's that?
That's worth it.
And then the next week after that, the namesake myself free roll on my birthday.
I had a bone to pick about this tournament.
Oh,
this
you do?
should be Reese's quinceanera. I don't know why we're just saying it's a birthday. We need to get the quinceanera stuff out. The padrinos need to be available.
Sure. It is going to be similar to our trick or treat free roll we had back in October. Every time you knock out a player, you get to spin the wheel, and it could be good, it could be bad. It's a lot of fun. It's in the same structure format of our Monday free rolls that you're used to playing in week a week out here at the River League. Going to be a lot of fun on that. I think it's a Friday. What day is my birthday on?
Your birthday is on the 20th of.
It's going to be next 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, Saturday. I don't even know what day my birthday is on. Yeah, 4 p.m. 2 Saturdays, 2 weeks from today. The birthday free roll with the mystery and knockout tickets. And it's still young here, not even 11 o'clock on this Saturday night. We have the progressive prize wheel. I've heard it spinning out there a little bit. We have 2 tables.
We had a spin right before I walked in.
Yeah, an ROE game and a Hold'em game. So if you get a full house or better, you get to spin that wheel, which is paid an inordinate, unexpected amount of money. It's actually incredible how much money, with as few money spots as there are, and there's not a few, there's a few, but it's still actually incredible how much money we've given away on
We
that
hit the
prize
fun
wheel.
one. We hit the river, the racehorse one.
No, yeah, I
2
was
nights
here
ago.
for that.
That was fun.
I was here for that, and we were saying earlier, hot off the press, but it's not even off the press yet. The announcement of the $5,000 guaranteed tournament that's going to start this Saturday after Christmas, the 27th, and we're going to have flights all the way through New Year's Eve and maybe even a turbo on New Year's Day. We're not even sure yet, but the biggest key factors is a $5,000 tournament with a $15 entry.
Now, I heard that
15.
there's no add-ons or nothing, so
No.
you pay $15 and you are in.
It's
So
I don't know what to expect. I know it's going to be crazy. I told Chris earlier I'm going to have maybe some Sonic hoppers from across the street with roller skates and chip trays, doing all of the rebuys for $15. But it's a $5K guarantee flighted tournament for only a $15 entry, re-entry. Like I said, no add-ons. It's just $15. Fire as many bullets as you want. I'm
just as a frame of reference, this tournament that we just had, the prize pool was
6,000.
6,000. So only 1,000 more, and it was slightly more than 50. You could get 10 buy-ins in to to that tournament for one buy-in in the tag team. So
It's going to be a lot.
value
of
is kind of insane. 15 for 5,000.
End
I'm
of
excited.
the month. End of the month. December 20.
And it's gonna be too cold to do anything
Yeah,
else.
27th. Yeah, December 27th, our first 2 flights for that. Keep an eye out. I'll get some artwork out on that, announcing those. Like I said, it's not even hot off the press. It's still on the press. It's brand new announcement. 5,000 guaranteed for $15 at the end of the month. But don't start there. Start here next week. 10,000 guaranteed, 120 entry this coming Thursday. That's going to be a fantastic tournament. And I want to see all of the league players tomorrow at 2 p.m. And we're going to see all of you here live for the final table to see who takes down season 1 of the Rivers League Championship Tournament at 2 p.m. The final table will be TBD. Whenever they get down to it, we'll let you know live here on Facebook. But my name is Reese. This is Banks. Thanks to Bryce and Chris and Whitney and Destiny and each and every one of you for tuning in across all of our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And it's been an absolute blast. Thanks for watching this tag team event. Good job for getting 6th place.
Thank you. Top 10.
Top 10.
That
Top
was the
10.
goal.
And keep a lookout for the next one because we had a good time and we're going to do it again. But tomorrow, the Rivers League, and then the 10K next week. Lots of stuff. A very busy December here at the River League. Keep an eye on our Facebook for all the details, or give us a call if you have any questions. Send us a message. But thanks for tuning in, and see you tomorrow night for the final table of the League Championship,
Right.
the Rivers League Championship
Rivers
final
League,
table.
the